Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of Plots in Darkenhaven. We are going into episode 10 here, the Emperor's Assassins. Our first thing we always do is talk about our peeps that help us out. So first of all, big thank you for Gooey Cube for making this wonderful world that we play in and the City of Darkenhaven box set soon to be released. And then Brina Luna artwork for all of our character art, and we use Sirenscape for these awesome background sounds, and Foundry VTT as a part of our how we show you all the combat and the stuff and the handouts and all those neat things. All right, and so another shout out to our guest, Punk Rock Jenny. It is a D&D TikTok creator celebrated for her love of world building and playing D&D in person. She's also a dungeon master, creative writer, college educator, and storyteller. Jenny works closely with Valiant Adventuring Company, a D&D map-making company, and she is stoked to be here. I put those words right in her mouth. She is happy to be here, whether she really is or not. I don't know.
I really am. Thanks, Corey.
All right, and then the other shout out here is to Last Game Board, one of our sponsors for tonight. Thanks, James, for popping up the shirt there. For tonight, use Tabletop Misfits, all one word, all together, for a coupon code at Last Game Board if you would like to use that. All right, so now we will get into our character introductions, and we will start with Sigismond.
It is me. I am Sigismond, and I am an egalithan of the goddess of peace and non-violence, Harmonia. I've been in the city of Darkenhaven for quite a number of years. I used to be commander of a platoon of basically demon hunters when I worshipped Iridian before I renounced the ways of righteously slaughtering anything that moved and was different than myself. And I'm trying to make myself a better person now.
All right, and then Savanor.
Hello there, my name is Savanor. Of course, once again, I have to announce that I am the leader of this motley crew. I have a badge and authority to regulate as I see fit. I used to be a cleric. I was within the Servants of the Tome. under the god Leanne, god of knowledge, actually. And I kind of left there because they weren't up to my par of studying. So I've found myself with this band of misfits and kind of like solving problems when they don't cause that many issues, like including that sign that's now outside of our building.
The fancy new sign.
Fancy new sign.
And Godfrey?
Hello, my name is Godfrey. I am a cleric of God's Ward. I originally started as a healer during the Colosseums. And after some, misconception of what I believed was good and evil, I was removed from there after not healing certain people. I stumbled my way upon the custodians and help out where I can. Lately, I've been gone dealing with some of the mishaps that have happened over the last few weeks and cleaning up that mess back in God's Ward, but I figured I'd stop by for a bit.
And our guest character, Carmina.
Hello, I'm Carmina, the fabulous, renowned entertainer Carmina from the Golden Leaf Arena. Well, don't tell anyone, but I haven't been in Darkenhaven too long, and I'm just looking for a little assistance as I'm looking for something unique.
They always are.
All right, we will start our adventure, as always, at the Condemned building across the street from Flax and Wagon Alley in the neighborhood of Boogerton, of Darkenhaven. And as Sigismond, Godfrey, and Savanor are inside, Godfrey has stopped by to say hello, and there is a tap on the door, perhaps.
Oh, tap, tap, tap.
Don't worry, I'll get it.
Not again.
It's literally our job in Savanor.
I mean,
Just
it
relax.
was just 2 hours ago.
At least this one.
But that
In
was
Tavern
the guy with ghosts.
Remember when
It
you
was
got to keep that
awful.
book? Remember when you got to keep the book last time? Maybe you'll get something cool again. And I'll go and open the door.
And as you open the door, you see a lithe woman with over-the-top accentuated entertainer's clothes that are almost comical because the jewelry is so large, with large hoop earrings and a massive headband and a golden waistband. It looks almost theatrical. And there you see this woman who strikes a pose as you open the door. Hello.
Hello. How can we help you?
Are you kidding me?
What?
Do you
Don't
not
be
see how
rude.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
Why are you like this?
What do you mean? Why am I like this?
Please.
What has happened to you?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. What was your name? I'm Sigismond.
Sigismond, my name is Carmina. It's wonderful to meet you. I'm looking for some assistance, and I've heard that there are some perhaps folks here that could assist me in looking for something.
Yes, absolutely. That is usually what we do. We can assist with that sort of thing, given that it is a worthy cause, something that requires our involvement. But please,
The most worthy.
Please come in, have a seat, and tell us what's going on. Ignoring Savanor, he's just kind of a little bit testy.
Testy.
It's because his girlfriend isn't here.
I am radiant, and I don't have a girlfriend.
So it's okay.
He's
but please.
lonely.
Yes,
Very.
very much lonely.
First
You
of
see,
all,
Horrible.
He's
All
what
of
we
his
used to call.
own doing, I think.
Yes. He's a nerd, a never ending reading dude.
I still believe you made that up.
It's a military acronym. It's fine.
I've never heard that in any military
Please,
speech I've ever
Carmina,
heard.
have a seat.
I don't believe you've been in the military then.
I'd love to have a seat. Oh, there I go. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I've heard that you might be able to help me find something, perhaps something unique. Are you at all interested in, I don't know, bizarre creatures?
Nope.
Not particularly.
Oh,
In Savanor, though, I've seen him. He reads books
Definitely
on the
not.
weird stuff. In Savanor, you read the books about weird creatures all the time. And then didn't you and Monty go and like fight a bunch of weird creatures the other day?
That wasn't awful. That was Stamming's doing.
But yeah, it's something that we have experience with. What? I'm assuming that you're not going to tell us what kind of creature it is.
well, the reason I came here is because I heard that you all were a little unique, and
Okay.
so I thought perhaps you could help me with finding something equally weird.
All right.
That
Well, is
sounded
it-
like a backhanded compliment.
No,
No.
I mean it in and like her eyes kind of dart to the side as if she's trying to save herself, as she probably kind of did insult you. I mean, I don't mean it in a cold way. I mean it in a special way.
You know, when a
It's-
person's eyes
it's quite
go in
alright.
that
You
direction,
can-
it means they're trying to be creative and think of something.
Right. Creativity is something I thrive on, so I hope I was creative enough.
Okay.
You have
Well,
a pass.
you say unique or interesting. Does that mean dangerous? If you lie, we won't help you.
Okay, it's dangerous.
Okay.
Okay. But like, let's remember that the word dangerous is subjective. Like,
Oh no.
It's really not. Something's either dangerous or it's not. Now, I'm not
Well,
saying that if it's dangerous, we won't
subjective.
help, but we just need to know what we're going into here. You know what I mean?
okay, right. So I'm looking for a creature,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like a life or death type of thing.
Sure.
I don't know. Perhaps you've heard of this creature. Now, the creature itself may or may not be dangerous. It's just all the other stuff that's happening could be dangerous. Anyway, the creature is called a Baku Ugon. Has anyone ever heard of such a thing?
A what?
Baku Ugon.
You came here and said that the word dangerous is subjective, and you are
Right.
talking about a bakugon.
Oh, look, he knows what it is.
I was hoping you all
Unfortunately,
didn't.
I do.
Oh. You've encountered one.
Are you going to
Um,
explain, or are you just going to stand there and be
No,
you know,
I would like
yourself?
to just
No,
stand
he's
here.
savoring it. He always savors it before he tells us. He likes knowing something that we don't know.
If you all would read the spreadsheets that I spread around every week, you would have known what a bakugon is.
Okay,
Well,
well,
I
are you
have
just going to
spreadsheets.
tell us?
These are the
No.
things you add in your spreadsheets. Like, what is the point?
The point is that we wouldn't be standing here having a conversation about bakugons if you read the spreadsheets. But I will allow our guest, with her vagueness, explain what exactly a bakugon is.
They're a mythical creature. They're very rare, highly sought after. I've only ever seen one, and I only ever saw it kind of briefly.
So you start to think, Carmina, and you try to go back, and the encounter with this Baku Ugan was it's hard to recall, because when you fought this in the Golden Leaf Arena, something came over you, and you had this battle prowess you had never had before, and the thing you were fighting was kind of shifting, and you thought at one point you were fighting an ogre, and then the next time you thought you were fighting, with the next swing it became a dragon, and so all of this weirdness, but you have seen the pictures that people had put together, the drawings that people put together describing it, and it's not at all what you faced in this arena. But apparently you killed it, because afterwards you did see the corpse of the thing, before you had to make your leave of the Golden Leaf Arena. And what you remember seeing is it was sort of this it had kind of the legs of a tiger, but hands of a monkey, and it had this like mane like a lion, but a face and a trunk like an elephant, and then a long tail like a snake, and scales down its midriff, and it was all golden. It was like this golden thing, like it was made from golden leaf, right? And now I'm going to show the art that I have kind of cropped together via. This is not GUI Cube art. This is not representative of GUI Cube art. But after this description, hopefully you are not solely disappointed and feel free to laugh at my interpretation of the Ba'u'ugan.
Ah, damn it! I was really hoping it was just going to be a stick figure. That's actually like way better than what I thought it was going to be. That's actually a really nice, a really nice drawing, and I was hoping it'd just be a stick figure.
It looked like Trogdor, right?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. I was really hoping it was just going to be something really, really weird.
All right, so that's what you remember about it, Carmina, is that this was kind of the thing that was laying at the in the sand of the arena, but that's not what you faced and not what you remember fighting.
And all right. So I describe it as such, as having all these different animal parts and being gold, but I think it can take over your mind and shape shift, I think. So perhaps my memory doesn't serve me correctly. I only saw it once, and it didn't stay in the same form, either in my mind or in real life. I don't know. But I need one kind of rapidly, like right now, today, life or death type of scenario.
So there are many types of life and death situations, yes?
Right.
For a peasant, finding a chicken to eat can be life or death. But sometimes life and death situations are more worthy than others. So whose life and whose death are we speaking of here?
Mine.
Okay. And how would finding this thing save or kill you?
So, I don't know if you can tell, or maybe you've heard of me before, but I'm the fabulous Carmina, and I'm from the Golden Leaf Arena. It's not anywhere near here, but I had to, I fight creatures, but I fight creatures, right? We don't really hurt them. It's all an act. It's an act for the audience, but I think I messed up, and I killed a Ba'u'ugan when I should not, and not just any Ba'u'ugan. No, I killed the emperor of the Wiwuan Empire. He had one.
You killed these?
Wait, hold on. You halt right now. This is not. Oh, so you killed somebody from the Wuhan Empire.
Well, not somebody. Had a Ba'u'ugan.
She killed the emperor's Ba'u'ugan.
Yeah, in this civilization, that counts as somebody.
It sounds so.
Right. But it was an accident. It was an accident. I didn't do it on purpose. I would have never. Not in a performance. That's not what we do.
How did you get away with your life to get here?
I was very, very fortunate that I did have some friends in the arena who did not share the same fate as I did, and they, in helping me, in aiding me, they lost their lives. And if I don't find a replacement for this Ba'u'ugan, it'll be my life.
Is this place? This place is in Estrenia, yes?
Far away from here.
Yes.
So, yes. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Then how is this? You are in Verdestia now. How is it? Have they followed you, or?
Well, I don't see anyone following me, but they have to be. But I mean, I'm just looking over my shoulder every moment. Sometimes when I'm walking down the street, I feel like I see shadows of people in the shadows.
That is them. The Emperor, we call it, the Emperor's shadow is rather far-reaching.
My question still stands. If this is a creature of Estrenia, why would you be here? And how are we going to help you if we can't find this creature?
I thought they'd never find me here, but clearly they have.
So you just need us to help you find Bakugan.
I think if I could find a Baku Ugan, I think I might be able to find a way to bring it back to Estrenia. And then, of course, I'd have to plead my case in front of the Emperor, but it was all a misunderstanding.
So here's the thing. I think that we should definitely get involved in this, because if the Emperor from Estrenia attacks and kills someone in the lands of the Xanthan Republic, then that could cause an international incident if they think that it's politically motivated. So really, it's of everyone's best interest in Darkenhaven to try and assist in finding this and in keeping this death from occurring. If not for your life, Carmina, I hate to be blunt or dismissive of your circumstances, because I sympathize for you, but it's bigger than you too. This could unintentionally cause some sort of retaliation that escalates, and I hate to say it could cause a war, but you never know. Some of these rulers are a little petty. So I think this is something we should definitely investigate and try to help with. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? There's all sorts of creatures that come in and out of Darkenhaven all the time.
Perfect.
But this is once again the question. Where do we find a creature like that in the middle of Darkenhaven?
Well, unfortunately, I think I might have an idea of where we might find one, or where someone might be able to find one. A long time ago, before I joined your motley crew, I sought a position within the high exalted tower of learning and law, but I was turned away by an old fool named Avisuna San. Another Estranian, which I can't really understand why I was turned away, since Estranians are supposed to keep to our people, our community, make all others rise up and stronger. The fact that it turned me away is slightly unnerving.
Wait, so we just need to go to the Tower of Learning?
I mean, we could just go to Tavern. The unfortunate thing is that he tried to wipe my memory on my way out of the whole exchange. It didn't work naturally because I took a slight gnaw chemical from the book of Iltrathea, and the mind-altering effects of his spell didn't function as properly, so I don't believe he knew that it did not work.
I mean, I know the lore master there. Torlak and I go way back.
I don't know if he's able to find a Bakugan. I know obviously not can.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Torlak is like pretty much in charge of the Tower of Learning, so I'm sure if anybody could help us, Torlak, if he can't do it himself, he probably knows someone.
How is a librarian going to help us?
Bro.
Excuse me?
I mean, they keep track of like all knowledge. They probably know if there are
everything.
Bakugans that are important.
If you read your spreadsheets, he would know.
Well, I mean, just like he would know if anybody in the city is selling them, especially if he's keeping track of the lore on these creatures. He might know that we could help fight one of these. He might know somebody that sells one. He might have somebody that he studied that owned one of them. He might have studied one of them and know someone who still has one. I mean, there's any number of people, and he's also very well connected in the city, so I'm sure that he can help us out. He and I, we go way back. We actually, it's weird. We were on the northern border one time. Another incursion by the Paladins of Radian. We were making an incursion to the Vile Desolation there, and Torlak actually saved my life one time, which it's not uncommon in war, but it's uncommon to be rescued by someone of that kind of importance. But at the very least, maybe there was some sort of misunderstanding in Savanor, and maybe the lore master can help us convince Avasuna to help us. That was the name, yes? Avasuna?
Yes, Avasuna-san.
And that's the best lead that I have, so unless anybody else has something better.
Yes, as far as magical creatures go, A Bak-Ugon is a very rare magical creature. Anyone around here that has one would probably be on some kind of watch list. I believe we'd have to find one, as in bring it from somewhere else.
So one thing we seem to be avoiding is the fact that this person is, well, from it seems marked, but yet they have yet to tell us exactly who they're marked by.
No, it's the Emperor. They're mad
Emperor.
because she killed his dog. There was a story that the bards used to tell of a famous warrior. His name was Jonathan Week. And many years ago, someone, one of the cartels, they sold, I think they were actually involved with the Oath of Blood. They killed his dog. And he went to the ends of the earth and completely disassembled their entire criminal organization in response to that. So you cannot underestimate someone's attachment to their pet, especially an expensive.
It wasn't also his chariot, not just a dog.
Yes, but I mean, chariots are replaceable. You can't really
It
replace.
was a very nice chariot.
I understand. Yes, absolutely, but probably many times less valuable than this Bakugan. So perhaps we should head that way. Yes, unless there are other questions. I mean, it's fun, Godfrey. You need to just relax a little bit. We'll be okay, right?
Well,
Yes, Godfrey, just relax a little bit.
relaxing
You
would be
seem
a wonderful
awfully relaxed
thing.
for someone that's being chased by the Emperor.
Yes,
I don't see. I mean, I came here because they can't possibly find me all the way over here, can they?
Yes!
Probably.
you
I've
don't
seen weirder
understand
stuff
what
happen.
you've stumbled upon. The assassins of the Wuan Empire are more strict than your average. They have a code, rather. And from what from what I've heard, they pretty much stick to it no matter what.
What type of a code?
Your average, assassinations, murder, decree from the king, or emperor in this case. And they follow it to the letter. So us waiting around or picking up small pieces of this puzzle, if there's anything else that needs to be said, it should probably be said.
Give me a history check, Godfrey.
We will.
That is a 2.
Apparently, you think that these assassins wear purple plaid as to show how awesome of stealthers there are, like bright neon purple plaid, and then nobody sees them coming, even though they're wearing bright neon purple plaid. For some reason that stuck in your head. You don't know why that is, but you're thinking, yeah, that they're so awesome at their stealth that they can wear this obnoxious purple plaid. That
I feel like this is a hit on my own character.
The Arachnoids have a saying about that they believe that colors give Arachnoids power, and they think that purple makes you stealthy. Because have you ever seen a purple orc? It's because they're so stealthy. Sorry, it's a Warhammer 40K joke, but
I knew
somebody will get it.
It had to be a Warhammer 40K joke.
changing the card to color red.
So we just need to keep a lookout for people in purple.
purple plaid, like
Purple plaid.
Yeah.
Purple
Okay.
plaid.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard.
And that's I mean, the masters are like what's the is it LeMay? That is like different designs.
Oh, the
Purple Paisley is the
Purple
masters.
Pa-
Plaid,
oh,
Plaid,
God.
you're just like an apprentice
Added
assassin.
Paisley.
Yeah, Purple Paisley is like the masters of this.
Yes. They can blend into anything with that strange concoction.
Of the Koga Injin assassins of the Souwiwan Empire. Yeah, that's what you got with your 2 on your roll for history.
Wish I would have gotten a little higher. I could have actually understood any of that.
It's great. That was awesome information. I'm so glad that we know that now and that we can utilize that for the mission.
Yeah, that seriously is helpful.
So do you guys make your way out into the city and head towards the Exalted Tower?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
All right. So you make your way from Boogerton, this is Flaxen Wagon Alley, way over here. There is your house right about there, and you are going to basically cross the whole city, then leave the city, and only because Sigismond can probably use his knowledge of Torlak Silvermaul and his will you be able to make it onto Governor's Isle, where you make your way to the High Exalted Tower of Learning and Lore.
Ooh.
So this is a very prestigious building where many librarians, lore masters, some of the secrets of Darkenhaven that are hidden away by those that rule Darkenhaven and the wise lore masters who keep the lore that might cause problems hidden from everyone else. All of that is hidden here. So as you approach, you are of course stopped by some very well armored and armed guards that have the symbol of Laerum on their breastplate. Can we help you?
Yes, sorry. We're here to see Torlak.
And does he know you're coming?
He doesn't, but tell him Sigismond is here.
Sigismond
Crane is my last name.
Sigismond Crane of
Deep Lord.
And of which lore master guild or which
just
God's
tell him
ward?
that, just tell him that I used to serve with Radian's 13th Legion.
Right. Sigismund of Radian. I will be right back. And the other guard steps in the way and he goes. When he returns, he has a different disposition. And as he comes up to you, he goes, what did you have a rank in the Legion?
I think that we decided that it was commander.
Commander.
Was, yeah.
Yes. He goes, Commander Sigismund, my apologies for making you wait, sir. He looks scared. He looks a little scared at this point. Please, you and your companions feel free to come in. Take a left at the desk there, and his office is the third one on the right. And he bows, and the other one looks in and bows, even though he doesn't really know why. And as you walk through the gate, or walk through the huge gated door, you hear them talking behind you, and the one who didn't go in goes, "Oh, that's Sigismund." And they return to their guard post, and you walk into the Tower of Lore and Learning and Lore, and into the office of Torlak Silvermaul. And he is sitting in a big chair. There are tomes on his desks. His office is lined with shelves filled with all manner of books and scrolls and scroll cases. Sigismund, how are you? It has been a long time.
It has, and I'll run up and actually just hug him.
Yes, it has.
How's your knee?
It's a little tricky still. Some of those things we don't get over.
That's true. But
I hear you are with Harmonia now.
Yes. Indeed. Some things happen and it changes how we perceive the world and those around us. And I'm just trying to find a little peace of my own, you know.
Ah,
I
yes.
helped Radian and his lot find peace for many years, unsuccessfully. And I figured that Harmonia will give me a better chance. Maybe redeem myself for some of the things that I've seen.
Good, good. What brings you to Governor's Isle?
Absolutely. My new friend Carmina here can give you a little bit more background. We're looking for a thing. Carmina?
Well, it's very nice to meet you. I'm looking for, and perhaps you've heard of it, I'm looking for a strange creature. Not as strange as some of these fellows, but quite strange. I'm looking for something called a Baku-Ugon. Have you heard of such a thing?
Bakugan, yes, a mysterious creature indeed that is renowned in Australia. And he looks at in Savanor. You are Australian, are you not? I don't mean to presume.
I am indeed.
So tell me if I'm wrong here. I think they are these mythical creatures. I've never seen one myself, but they do something. I've understood that some of the royalty might keep them as pets because they have this way of making people have waking dreams. They can kind of put you in a dream state, and not only are these pets for the higher class, they are also in some cases a narcotic of some sort that lets them live these waking dreams on occasion. So, but that is all I really know of them. What is your name, sir? And he looks at Savanor again.
It is N. Savanor Annalisa.
So, Master Elisa, please tell me if I've got any of that wrong, but I think that's a Baku Ugan. What I don't think we have any here. I mean, in Darkenhaven, I haven't seen any here.
No, you are rather correct. That is a Baku Ugan. They are rather mythical creatures that usually the nobles or royalty, they try to go on these spirit walks as they take the null chemicals that these things exude. The issue is that you do not have any here, but one of your, as unfortunate as I have to say, your peers knows quite a bit about them.
Sigismond will elbow him when he starts to get that disdainful tone.
One of the
one
lore
of your
masters?
colleagues, yes, your co-workers, an elderly gentleman, as he looks at Sigismund, an elderly gentleman named Avisuna-san.
Oh yes, Avasuno probably would know more about this. He's I actually haven't seen him in months. He's kind of been down in the libraries researching, and some of us lore masters, we do get into those mindsets where we're cataloging and putting things in order and trying to pull from the lore facts and mysteries unsolved. So I hope you understand. And he notices, he points to your symbol of Laern in Savanor, and he says, I perhaps you have had one of these, I would only call them a lore bender. You know, you go on this bender for lore and you just kind of lock yourself away in a library. Perhaps if you are a devout of Laern, perhaps you've experienced that. I know I have, where I've kind of read 14 tomes and realized as I've been cataloging things that a week of my life is gone. But perhaps that's what Havasuna is up to. But something like this, he may want to talk to you. Is there an urgency to this?
He will not want to speak to me or the rest of us about this subject. I would need something of your authority telling him to speak to us about this.
Okay. Well,
Past
I mean, that's an odd
experiences dictate.
request. Usually, we definitely take petitioners here at the Tower of Learning and Lore, but these are not usually urgent requests. And if I was to give you some sort of writ commanding this, that would have to be something. There would have to be a reason for me to do this, other than just I'm a friend of Sigismond.
I think what my scholarly friend is trying to say is that this could potentially be dangerous for our friend here.
Dangerous? How so?
She seems to have killed one of these creatures.
It was an accident. You don't say it like that. That's not how it was.
Torlak, she killed the Emperor of Wawuwan. Wawuwan. Sorry, it's not my first language. We won. We won. She killed the Emperor of Weewan's Bakugan.
It was an accident.
And now he has sent assassins to kill her here in Darkenhaven. Now, as you
potentially,
as you can imagine, if a foreign power made a hit on someone inside the Republic, it would, of a matter of course, become more interesting to the powers that be and potentially cause more upset than it potentially should.
And thus you have taken her under your wing, Sigismond, I see.
Oh, no, I don't take people under my wing anymore. I'm just lending a hand. Trying to help people find a little piece of their own, yes?
Yes, okay. Well, that being the case, I can definitely give you a writ, which, other than asking him for a little bit of his time, I think that's acceptable. And his help in what he knows about the Baku Ugan. In this explanation, Carmina, you now kind of realize what had happened to you in the Golden Leaf Arena. Now that you understand how these things magically can make people dream, that's exactly what you felt. You felt like you were not just performing anymore. You were actually this, like, really powerful, skilled warrior, and you were fighting all of these different beasts in this dreamlike state, which did accidentally lead to you stabbing the Baku Ugan and killing it. Might have been a lucky blow, who knows? But you now know what came over you.
And I'm horribly embarrassed about it.
The creature that connected you to this dream state, you killed while you were in the dream state.
I think so. I mean, I didn't even see that creature. I didn't even see the Baku Ugon. Once I was in that state, it was everything but. It was a fierce monster that was trying to kill me, and it's all such a blur, and it's also confusing, and I can't believe this has happened to me.
Is there anything else before I send you down into the library to speak with Avasuna-san? And he's saying this as he's kind of writing something on a piece of paper, and then he takes a seal and puts some wax and basically puts his stamp on a piece of parchment and hands it to Insavinor.
So, Corey, you know how in military men there's codes like FUBAR, that kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Nerd, never-ending reading dude. Is there like a military like code for like someone who's just kind of a shit stirrer and causes problems that I can be like, yeah, Torlak, and by the way, my friend is he's an outstanding example of a Frugendak. If you remember him. If you remember, maybe I'll think of like the name of a soldier that we knew that was kind of a little bit just, he's a good guy, but he's a little bit of an ass.
Right. And so we'll call him, there was a a soldier in your regiment and that was named Darvin.
Yeah, Darvin. That's a good one.
And Darvin, he earned the name Latrine Darvin because you had him constantly cleaning latrines and digging ditches in your war parties because he was just stirring up everything, and you just you're on the latrine duty again.
Yeah, but there might be, people with that kind of magnificent energy and that kind of persona sometimes can intimidate people like our friend here that we're going to see, Avasuna. And maybe you could just write that he should be cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes. And he puts a PS underneath his seal, and it's in some sort of script that none of you can recognize. Although I will give Insavinor a Arcana check to see if he can figure out what has been scribbled.
There's 1,000 different languages that he knows.
Arcana.
So while he's scribbling on this, I'm just going
16 on
to.
the die. That's a 24.
Oh crap.
Okay, all right, I'll tell you in a second. Go ahead, Godfrey.
So yeah, while he's doing that, I'm just going to. So I have a question. It seems that our friend here is being potentially trailed by these assassins.
Potentially.
Potentially, correct.
Right.
As a man of the cloth of some sort, whichever your belief is, would you have anything
the
that would
healing
connect?
powers of Elira?
Elira, correct. What would you suggest for divine spells that might avert their eyes?
Avert their eyes. Well, most of the things that when I think of assassins, I think that, well, most of the things that I could, scrolls or whatnot would take you seeing them, targeting them, seeing who, and then calling the divine power at your disposal upon them.
Apparently they wear a plaid purple.
So they shouldn't be hard to spot.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Well, perhaps some kind of a command from your deity could help in this situation, or perhaps a way to try and just render them unconscious, or perhaps, who knows. But you have to see them first, and well, if they're wearing plaid, that might not be too hard, but they are assassins. Why do they wear plaid, do you say? What? I don't understand this.
I'm not sure, truthfully. I just thought I remember something in reading.
Didn't you say it was because they wanted to show off how good they were?
I don't think that is true. And he goes over and he pulls off the
Pulls off the real book.
Sundestian source book by Cube, and he starts flipping through. He has one of these. Torlak has a Sundestian source book.
Sundestian? I thought we were talking about.
I mean, I'm sorry, Estrinian.
Estrinian.
You might want to grab a different book.
No, it's even in that book. This is common knowledge.
This is common knowledge for everybody.
Everybody knows about this, just not you or any of us.
And he says, "Yeah, I'm showing that the Koga Ingen, where Greys, they have a tiger emblem on their basically to hold their robes together."
That would make more sense.
So I guess look for a tiger emblem on someone, and he puts the book back. But perhaps some sort of detection or aura of detection for their assassins, perhaps detecting chaos, detecting that evilness about them.
And I could do a detect good and evil, but that can be subjective, correct?
It could, and we are in Darkenhaven. You might be over alerted to a bunch of things as you walk through the streets.
Maybe the command will work.
Perhaps. but here, at any rate, I have, and he pulls 3 scrolls off. He goes, I do have a detection of evil. I have a detection of law, or those who are lawful, and a detection of neutrality. Which of these do you think you would fit the bill here?
Suggesting
they have
evil,
this strict
they could
code,
be
correct?
lawful. They have a code, yes.
I would go with law. Everyone follows a code. It's quite lawful, I would assume.
Depending on where we go, though, lawful could be very strenuous.
There's nothing lawful here.
Here we go. Here we have had this debate so many times, Godfrey, and we're going to do it again. Lawful does not mean that you follow the letter of anyone's law necessarily. Lawful is you follow the beliefs that you hold to be true, or a personal code. For instance, I consider myself to be lawful, but others might not.
I would believe that.
Torlak hands you the scroll of detect law and says, if you perhaps this will last a good few hours, so as you travel the city with the lady Carmina here.
Do you mind, since we have
Carmina Estrinian? You're not the fabulous Carmina, or the frivolous Carmina?
Frivolous?
Which would? There's this. I think there's a Carmina who's a renowned performer in Estrenia. Is that you?
I mean, as long as that stays in this room. Yes, that's me.
Oh, yes, of course.
You've been to Australia. You've seen the arena.
No, I've just heard about the different. I think there was a tale of. Oh, yes, that was it. It was some battle that you performed about the Arachnoids coming towards the Violet Distillation, and there was like this Verdestian. It was. What the reason I heard of it is because the lore was completely wrong over in Estrenia, and that Hernesh never actually did the things that was portrayed in this, and so they were asking me to write this letter over to Estrenia and trying to set the lore correct. But it was all about a performance by apparently yourself, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, telling some of our Verdestian lore and the Arachnoid raids on the Vile Desolation.
Yes, the lore, the information is like the least important part, but yes.
Now, hang on just a damn second.
This to Torlak. That's awesome.
Hang on just a damn second. So you, in your little bullshit entertainment thing, somehow told a story that got men and women and innocents that you have no way of knowing killed because you wanted to make an extra few coins?
What? Killed?
No, I don't
Didn't
know
you
about
say that there was some sort of war or some sort of?
Oh no, that she was telling the tale of the war.
God, you have to.
But
It's a
the lore
It's a
was completely
performance.
wrong. It was a
well-
performance. Yes.
Listen, what words cause so much more damage? Misinformation cause so much more issue than you could possibly imagine. You don't understand how many people have died because somebody called somebody Your Grace when the proper title was Your Eminence, or they used the wrong fork at a dinner party. You have to be incredibly careful with what you say because people will die.
This
Oh
is
yes,
art,
it gets more
Sigismond.
confusing than that,
Just
my good
art.
friend. In some cases, like in Vanzentia in Eastern Verdestia, they have the same greeting. It translates to "I see you," but it's actually in their tongue, vis-a-vis you, and you bow and you look at their leg wraps when you bow, and everybody, we greet someone, and the leg wraps tell you their station in the society, and you say "I see you," but it's all in the inflection. And in some cases, if you say "I see you," as in "I see you," meaning you're below my station, is used the wrong way as someone else saying "I see you," as in you are a merchant and I respect your trade. These so many misconceptions. I can't believe that they haven't had civil war well, they did have a civil war a few years ago, but at any rate, that they're not constantly in civil war.
Yeah, and let's not even get started over the stupid eclairs.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
jeez,
We
there
have to go
been
through this again.
So many problems with the freaking eclairs. It's just an eclair. But Carmina, please, if we help you with this, please, the stories and art that carry on, like my friend the lore master here, the things that he writes and he performs, the stories that he tells the people he educates, will live on forever because they are researched, they're accurate, they have a lot of subtlety that expresses the true meaning of what's being told, the information. You have to be incredibly careful because people will panic and hold all kind of strange notions if you do this incorrectly. Please. And then men like me have to go to freaking war. I mean, I can't
As
tell you how many
accurate as we
times-
can be, yes. And he hands the writ over to Savanor.
Now, Torlak, you say that we've now
And he hands you
decided
the
that,
scroll of detect law.
and he's going to take the scroll and he's going to look at Torlak and be very stern with him. Torlak, you understand now that what we're up against. Do you mind if I take the scroll of detect evil as well?
Oh, of course, here.
He takes
Now, I would suggest putting that on someone else. Having both in your head at the same time might be overwhelming. And
correct. I'll
as
make
you
sure
pass
that
thousands of
Sigismond-
people as in the street of Darkenhaven.
I can trust Sigismund's lawful nature.
Not much with the old spells. But I'll
You can
give it
read
a
a-
shot.
You can read a scroll, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, if I got my cheaters on, let me see. And he'll like feel around and pull out like a little mirror.
Find out. You gotta find the reading glasses.
All right, that's better. Well, Torlak, we've taken enough of your time. We really must be on our way. But we appreciate everything that you do for us.
The Evasuna should be down the stairs if you just go out of my office to the end of the hall, down 3 floors into the library. Show this at the door at the bottom of the stairs, and he points to the thing he handed in Savanor. Or they will not let you in without my sigil upon the writ. And then, yes, I hope he can help you.
And Torlak, it would be a great honor if you, Torlak, Ren, would someday come down to the condemned building in Boogerton and maybe hang out for a bit and see if anything interesting happens.
You want
Torlak
to write a lot of
Silvermoon.
importance to that hellhole.
But anyway, we appreciate it. Carmina, don't worry. We've got you. It's all going to be okay now. We know who we need to talk to. It's going to be fine.
Thank goodness. Okay, everything's fine.
All
Oh,
right.
tell me, Carmina, why are you so nervous? You seem to have a reputation for fighting the gladiator animals and doing all that stuff. Why are you so nervous about this? It's
You-
just
you
a few
misunder-
assassins.
You misunderstand me. I'm not a fighter. I'm a performer. I'm an artiste, Sigismund. So don't you confuse me for a fighter. That's just a show. It's not real. It's like
So-
professional wrestling. There's no real injuries, or at least that's the goal.
I
First
understand.
of all, that is disrespectful.
It's an art, is all I'm saying. It's an athletic
Functional
art.
wrestling is rather strenuous exercises.
So this is where in
I
Savanor everybody
exercise very
realizes
strenuously.
Oh, shit. This is the hill he dies on.
everybody thinks in Savanor, and Savanor now tries to explain that professional wrestling is real. Like they're actual, they are. No, I'm just.
I'd never used the word fake. First of all, everything I do is incredibly real. Okay. But my goal is to not hurt or harm the other performers. My goal is their safety. So the fact that something this awful happened is very out of character
Okay.
for me.
Carmina, I have trained many successful people in the army, right? Lots of them. Do you know what the difference between what you are doing now and actually fighting is?
I'm fabulous.
An extra half inch on the thrust. That's all you got to do is just like an extra half inch, and suddenly you're not the performer, you're a warrior.
Well,
So-
that's all any woman
Now, can
wants.
we-
But
Can we come back to this conversation later? However, I am
Well,
curious.
I am 100% convinced we're going to have to fight some assassins at some point because that just seems to be our luck. And what I'm saying is just to remember that you are powerful, you are skilled, and all you have to do is just don't pull the punch. Just let it go through. All that muscle memory will serve
I
you.
do have a question though. You said that as long as it stays in this room, that you're a performer, a world-renowned performer, actually. As long as it stays in this room, but you go outside wearing anything that looks like this.
What's wrong with
no
my
one is supposed
outfit?
to know you?
What are you saying about my outfit? What's wrong with my outfit?
It's like Gordy.
That is true.
No,
Would
there's
you be-
nothing really wrong with the outfit, though the misconception is the fact that it seems maybe we're not looking at this the right way.
Like you're a
What is it
beacon
about
of
it?
light.
She is being
I think that's what he's talking about. She's really easily recognizable with all the jewelry and stuff.
Quite.
Here, maybe put this on, and I'll like take my overcoat off and like hand it to you. Just cover it up for a little bit.
I smell the overcoat. What does it smell like?
It's clean. Sigismond is
very clean. Very clean.
He's been in the military forever. If everybody's not washing their butts, it's a very stinky place in a war camp. So Sigismond is like always clean, like clean shaven.
But he is rather big. So
Yes.
It's a little
the
droopy.
overcoat is
It's a little.
I get lost in the overcoat,
Yeah.
and I am just an overcoat and a head.
And it's still a little ostentatious. It's black with like a furred collar and like all these gold runes on the edges, but it's a lot more.
With the hair, if it just droops down over it, she
yeah, but it's a lot
hit.
more subdued. It maybe even covers some of your hair a little bit with that ruff that's kind of around it, but that will keep you maybe a little bit more like.
and you also have the rank of commander on your overcoat, so that
Yeah, dude.
Fancy.
Yeah, but
very
and when
well
he takes
developed.
his coat off, he's just this. He's got like a short sleeve chainmail shirt on, and he's just like guns, just like old man like guns underneath there.
Do I look like I fit in Darkenhaven?
Sure. I mean,
No.
everybody fits in Darkenhaven. Maybe not the Boogerton, but you look. It'll be a lot less noticeable if you're wearing this than the description that I'm sure they have.
Well, it's not as fabulous, but it is what
It's
it is.
not. Sorry.
And I appreciate your help.
I'm not the man for fabulous dressing.
But
And
But
yet
let's
there's
head that way.
Godfrey standing in like multicolored outfit from head to toe, purple hair and jewels all over him.
So you make your way down to the library. You show your writ to the guards at the door. They let you on in. And you kind of wander through the library until you find Avasuna-san. And he's sitting cross-legged on the floor between two shelves, and he's got like 5 books around him. And he as you walk up, he's putting one down, picking another up, and then writing some notes onto a piece of parchment.
So real quick as a cursory glance, I've seen a lot of necromancy stuff, and I'm in like demon summoning, and so I'm always, when I see like some sort of researcher or wizard or something just frantically reading books, I'm looking for like necromancy stuff or like
No,
none of that,
is,
right?
No, he's got these triangles, actually drawings of little pyramids, and he has labeled one earth, and he has another one that he has labeled with a symbol that means fire. And basically he has these different pyramid looking shapes drawn on parchment. And then he's kind of labeled them with different elemental symbols. And then you see one that he has drawn at the bottom of this page of other things that he's kind of pulled from these books. And it looks like he takes these 4-sided pyramids and has drawn them together so that they fit together into this 20-sided shape. But there's like an element of fire, an element of earth, element of water, another fire, another water. And he's kind of drawn this weird thing, this 20-sided thing with different elemental emblems all over it.
Now,
Okay,
does this
so-
man have a bag by him or whatnot?
No. Oh, he has like his coin purse on him, but that's about it.
Oh,
So
okay.
for those of you in chat, there's like 7 or 8 nerds on the planet who know what Corey's describing about now. But for those that do wrong, this is just the dumbest like most extreme, like zoomed in lore of Xyathe on the planet, and nobody will ever care about it except for like 25
The
people.
6 of us that were sitting at Genghis-Khan last year.
But anyway, hello, are you Avasuna? Yes.
I am. And he looks up, he looks at you, he looks over at Insavinor. Yes, I am Avasuna-san. How may I be of service? What are you doing down in the Exalted Library?
Yes, well, we are here. My new friend Carmina has a little bit of a problem that I'm going to let her explain and how you could help her with that. But first, my friend in Savinor here would like to apologize for the little run-in that you guys had.
What?
I'll elbow him in the ribs.
We have a letter. We have a letter.
Oh, why would he apologize to me? I've never seen this man before.
I apologize to this man.
You two didn't have a run-in?
I've never seen this man before. Insight check, everyone.
Go ahead, James. I've got
I'm
6.
not rolling well tonight.
4.
Oh, never mind.
I could actually roll his bluff here. Okay.
13
Or his deception.
19.
All right. Does anybody have over a 5?
I have a 6.
Oh my God.
15.
I rolled a 4, and he's only got a 1 on
awful.
deception. So,
Oh god.
yeah. He has seen Insavinor before. It's blatantly apparent that he's seen him, and he is saying, "I've never met this man before." So, but a writ perhaps that you have for me. You said you had a letter.
And I slam it into his hand. It's a pleasure to see you again, Avasuna.
I don't think. What is your name? Perhaps I don't remember seeing you before.
My name is N. Savinor Annalisa, and I've been here before years ago.
You might not remember him. He's kind of easy to
Oh no,
forget,
he
but-
remembers exactly who I am, and
Wait.
so do I.
Corey, does he know what that note said? Have you come up with what that said yet? That little postscript?
Oh, the postscript. Yeah. So on your way down here, you looked underneath, and Torlak wrote, please, please don't let the other Astrinian get under your skin. They really need your help. And if need be, just use your common tricks on him. Which you took to mean, oh, he's going to try to wipe my brain again.
This.
Oh no, you're going to get neuralized.
Puts on the
Carmina,
sunglasses.
perhaps you could give him a little bit more emotional detail about what's happening. A little, kind of convey to him the gravitas of what's going on here.
Right. We need your help in like a really big way, because we're looking for, well, the short version is we're looking for a Baku-Ugan. Perhaps you've heard of such a creature?
Yes, I've actually summoned them before.
You can summon one.
Don't like
Well,
how you
of
said
course.
summoned.
Of course, they're not from our plane. You must summon them.
How are you
Oh,
summoning them?
perfection. Yes, let's do that. Let's summon one.
Wait, is this some sort of
Hold
demon?
on.
You have an affinity to demons, don't you, Sigismond?
Man, I fought demons for like 25
No,
years.
these are not from one of the evil planes.
Oh, thank God.
These things are from a neutral plane, and they are the servants of dream and of prophecy. Mistos, for example, has a few. The god Mistos, the secret keeper, is said to have these in his employ, who help with prophecy. And but of course you would have to summon one to here, and well, these would take some reagents that I would need, the components to be able to do this. and he turns over the writ and writes on the back of it. And then he hands the writ back to Insavinor. These are the things I would need if you would like me to summon one for you.
He looks directly at these two and he goes, now, if we would actually, ask for money when we do these favors, we might have money to do this.
What?
What? Who? We asked for money?
Huh? Sorry, I was reading the list.
The list. The list. He's saying, if you charge for these services, everybody walking into your house and asking for stuff, you might have the money to pay for reagents.
No, I heard it.
Godfrey is the only.
We can
Godfrey is the
also
only
ask the
one
ones
that comes in and out of the
dwell
building.
within our residents to, pay their way through things.
I mean,
So
Josh
the
gave us a
list
sign.
is. There are 4 things on it. Well, 5 actually, but 2 are the exact same thing. Shavings of Seric iron, purple herring scales, dream thistle, which is an herb, and 2 rubies worth 50 golds each. This is the list he says, and of course, I will need to be near the water, so perhaps I can meet you in Riverside Commons to do the conjuration. Once we can meet there, perhaps. What? I was going to ask what time it is of the day, and now I recall I don't know what week or month it is. I've been down here with these elimics and studying all these alims, and could we meet this evening? I probably should go wash up anyway.
Are you sure you're capable of handling this summoning? Are you within the correct mind space?
Of course, I've very capable, very capable.
He's very capable.
Is there some urgency to this?
Oh yeah, a lot of urgency.
Because
Yes.
I assumed there was, or Torlak would
What
not
they're
have
trying to
given
hide
me
from you
this.
is the fact that there's a potential of assassins trying to kill our friend here.
Potentially.
No, that's in the notes.
Potentially.
He knows.
Insight check.
Oh.
19.
Ooh, 10.
11.
15.
All right, so Godfrey and Sigismond, you're able to catch when Godfrey says, yes, there are some assassins, and she says potentially, a kind of flash of fear in his eyes, and then he composes himself and says, yes, then perhaps we should get this underway as soon as possible. Why Abaku Ugan?
Well, you see, perhaps you've heard of, the emperor of the Wuan, right?
Yes. She
Emperor
killed it.
Empire. Right, okay. Not the emperor. Well, I killed his
Well, you
back in
killed
Ugan.
the creature.
Okay, you keep saying killed, but I feel like we need to preface it with accidentally killed. It wasn't my fault that it got killed.
Was the
But
creature
it's still dead,
You
right?
wish to
Looked at it.
remedy, I see. Very
We
well.
just need to replace it.
Then let us meet this evening at the Riverside Commons, and I will conjure one, bind it to you, and you may take it to him. And I will give you the binding words so that you may bind it to him, and hopefully you can plead your case to the Emperor. He doesn't. Yes. He doesn't seem too confident that this plan of yours will work, but he does say he will help.
This will be so easy.
I will, as we're are we leaving now? You guys satisfied here to head out?
We have to
Oh,
go
yeah,
get
no,
these
yes, we
items.
have quite a-
yes?
We have quite a list.
As we're leaving, I will turn and attempt to crush this man's shoulder when I put my hand on his shoulder and be like, and just so you know, we are doing this to benefit the Emperor of Wuwan.
The one we
And,
want.
And if anyone should attempt to do something that would put my new friend in danger, like reveal where me and my new friend Carmina are going, then certainly something untoward would happen to them. And I'd like to use Emissary of Peace to try. I don't think that really applies to intimidate, but I'm trying to intimidate this guy.
Ooh.
All right, give me roll intimidate at advantage.
It's a 17.
Yes, you see him. He looks at you. He goes, "That is understood," and he looks very scared. He looks very scared at this point, and you're sure that he has understood exactly what you're saying, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go get these ingredients.
Yes.
I might have an idea of where we could find a couple of these things. Anybody got a lead on the fish skin?
I have been contacting an alchemical shop not far from here. Well, it is in Cobblestone, so it's a bit of a walk, but
I'm just trying. Let me just say a quick prayer to Harmonia and see if she wants us to split up and look for these ingredients individually, or if she wants us to stick together as a party and have several vignettes.
Sounds like probably a better idea for us to stick together if we're going to be potentially attacked by assassins.
Well, time is of the essence, and sometimes you just gotta get shit done.
So Harmonia does say, you feel this urgency. However, instead of getting the understanding from this guidance that you should split up, you get this urgency that perhaps only one of you should do the talking in each location.
So in Savinor, you got this, right?
You want me to speak? Sure. We'll see how well this goes.
Sigismond's just laughing. No, let's start off. Let's go see your contact first. You said you know him, so you talk to him.
And then we can stop down at Fishertown, where hopefully we can find the pickled herring.
We can negotiate these items, and do you know how Stamond is when he hasn't shot anything all day?
Okay.
Much worse. Much more stubborn. Your charismatic nature might help you more.
Okay, I mean, I don't know the guy, but all right. I mean, we're just going to give him money for what we want.
Yeah,
we
it
have
doesn't always
money.
work that way.
Yeah, I have money. I'm a retired commander.
You seem to be holding out. We live in a condemned building.
Like 65 to 80% of my paycheck every month goes to the church, but like I have some money kicking around for stuff like this.
It goes to have you not seen the walls in this building?
I mean, it's not. I used to live in like holes in the ground when I was in the service. It's not that bad.
So I guess what I'm trying to get out of this is where are we going first?
Let's go take care of the fish scales first, because that sounds like that's going to be the easiest.
Yeah, so we'll go to Fishertown. I have an area down there that most likely we can pick up some purple herring.
All right, so you make your way to Fishertown, which is as you cross over the bridge and go back, you realize you don't have to really go into the walls of Darkenhaven. You kind of follow the walls up to Fishertown, which is along the river, and you visit the pickling plant. And as you go in, there is one of the guards. He's not really a guard. He's more of a tour guide. He is armed, but he kind of says, "How can I help you? Let me show you all of. If you'd like to come in, and he starts to just point out all of the different pickled things that they have: pickled mushrooms, pickled fish, pickled zucchini, all of these different types of pickled things." And you realize that you are about to get probably a 2-hour tour of the pickling plant unless you intercede.
I hate to make this quick, but we're really just looking for pickled herring.
Oh, we've been pickling herring. Actually, we've been pickling purple herring here for the last few days.
Do you have any purple pickled herring that's scales?
Scales? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it points to where there are people pickling purple herring over in their scales and stuff. If they've been kind of, cutting the skins off and pickling the fish.
Is this what we're looking for? And he looks at Sigismond and Savinor.
Yeah, I mean, Paul, the purple herring pickler purveyor, seems to know. He probably knows his stuff.
I mean, are the scales like trash? You guys throw that stuff out, right? We can just have some of those.
Good Lord, I'll give him a gold.
Of course. Well, wow. I mean, yes. Take as much as those.
Thank you.
Pickled purple. The
purple pickled herring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That's not. That's not pickled because we haven't. I mean,
We don't need the pickled. We just need.
But
the
it is purple herring platelets from the pickling plant. So go ahead and have those scales there.
Would be purveyors of
gold.
Pickled purple.
Might I show you any?
Taken from the platelets of the pickled plant. Interesting.
If you're going to give him a gold, you should at least take like some pickled zucchini or something back to the house.
Please don't. The stench of that is rather disgusting.
Just
Looks
be
delicious.
kind to
Yes,
people.
and he hands you a jar of zucchini and he gives you some mushroom, and of course he gives you a jar of the pickled herring.
Yes.
So.
You did say your girlfriend was coming over to make a homemade meal, so maybe this is an opportunity for her to use
Once
something.
again, not my girlfriend. It is an acquaintance. She is a talented researcher. She is highly skilled at archaeology.
Sigismund, you said he was acting weird, correct?
Yeah, he wants to give Casey some kisses.
But until then, you could give her this pickled herring.
All right, so
Thank you, Carmina.
Check, you got the pickled herring scales. Where are we going next?
What's next on our list?
Let's go to the alchemy store.
Sure.
Okay, so you go to Nurse Medico. It's on
Before
Harmony
we go
Lane.
in, I want to just turn to Carmina. You are a well-renowned entertainer, right? So your skills at acting are phenomenal.
Well, there are. Yes, phenomenal. That would be minimizing how great I am. Yes.
Do you have any skills?
You are
Do you have any
so
skills
humble.
in removing things without people knowing?
I'm not. No. What? I'm not. No. No, I'm not like
I
a
was just
pickpocket.
asking.
No.
No, nothing against you. It's just if you say you're a performer and an actor.
So I
maybe
think
you had that
I
skill
think
as
what
well.
Savinor is getting at is that perhaps, as he said before, this next location, having someone who is good at talking might help. Somebody good at being persuasive. Is that what I'm getting in Savinor?
Yes, this guy is
Okay.
very hard to negotiate with.
Is he good looking?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will roll deception.
Gosh.
That should be good.
I like Godfrey.
All right.
You're like an actor, and I don't know you really. You're an actor and a performer. You steal, right?
Oh,
Exactly.
that was horrible. That hurt my feelings, Godfrey.
I didn't mean anything by it. It was just the honest perception.
So
I
you
look
make your-
like a thief to you.
You said you look like
well,
a
it's the
performer.
coat. It's the coat. It's kind of
It's the
baggy.
coat. It's the coat.
My
It's not
coat.
baggy. It's not even her coat.
Oh, you gave me my coat back?
No.
Oh,
No,
I think,
that's why
I
we
think
were
Godfrey just
saying how she
insulted
could
your
steal
coat.
better. She could steal better because she's got the coat on now.
I don't steal anything except hearts.
Misperception.
I
Sorry.
hate it. I hate it so much.
You make your way to Harmony Lane, and there is a in Cobblestone, and there is a rundown stone church that really isn't more than like 100 feet square. And above the massive wooden doors, there's a crooked steeple leaning precariously to the left. The doors have been sealed shut in such a way that you're thinking that the doors themselves are holding this thing together. And if somebody were to actually open the big doors of the church, the whole thing would fall in on itself. There is a smaller door cut into that door, and it's basically an opening with a curtain. And as you go in, there's really no deity stuff. There's no icons or statues or holy symbols of any deities. There's just a bunch of moth-eaten tapestries, bed sheets, cloaks, and other clothing items kind of stitched together as curtains to section off the area that you walked into of this church. So there's maybe a 20-foot square. There's some shelves with generic medicines. There's a little sales counter and a 10-foot round table covered with random containers of ingredients. And then behind the writing desk and sales counter, you see this huge half ogre. And he goes, "Welcome to Norse Medico. I'm Kevin Norse. This is my establishment." And he points to a sign that's on his counter that says, "Customer satisfaction guaranteed, or else."
Holy shit, I wrote this. I know this guy.
Surprise!
Kevin, hi, Kevin. My name's Carmina, and I'm new in town. And we are looking for what was it that we were looking for, you guys?
Dream
That's
Thistle.
not my job.
Oh, right,
No,
Dream
Dream
Thistle. That
Thistle.
was it. Yeah. Okay, right. Dream Thistle. Is that something that you have in stock here?
Of course I do. And he goes wandering over to a shelf and he pulls a little thing off of it, and he puts it on the counter. There's a vial of Dream Thistle. That'll be 15 gold.
15 gold!
It seems that you might have to do what you do best, and he's going to tap her on the shoulder and give her guidance.
Okay.
Sigismond just starts reaching in his pocket.
I don't know what you think that means. I'm not that type of performer, Godfrey. Listen, Kevin, do you take trades by chance? And I'm going to cast Charm Person on Kevin.
All right. Okay.
Trades.
And it's a Wisdom 14 for him.
That's a 7.
Okay. See.
Yes, I'll take trades for alchemical and other ingredients, of course.
Now, listen, we don't have, 15 gold worth, but I do want to show you something really, really unique and special. And I'm going to put the pickled herring and the pickled mushrooms and the pickled zucchini on the counter.
Oh, well, wow. He picks up the pickled herring and he goes, "Whoa, I could really, this itself is very good.
I mean, a man like you could really use stuff like this.
Well, and I could sell this goober sash for at least 50 golds.
Goober sash, right?
Yes, this guy, and Haxen's leaf." And you're like, no, that's herring.
No, that sounds
those are
about
mushrooms. And then you pick up the vial that he's like put on the counter. It's obviously oregano. Like, it is obviously oregano. There is no Dream Thistle in there. And he goes, "Yes, this is a good deal. On the house, we'll just trade."
And Kevin, how do we know this is Dream Thistle?
That's Dream Thistle. I'm the owner of Norse Medico. I am an alchemist. Alchemist, and I know my herbs. I know all components, and that is in Savanor. Give me a perception check.
Dude, this guy is messed up. I wrote this. There's some messed up stuff going on here. Oh my god.
Perception check is a dirty 20.
Oh, you actually see some Dream Thistle on a shelf, and it's kind of it's in a little clear glass box, and there's it's full of dream thistle.
What is that on that shelf right there?
In the glass box?
Right, in the glass container.
Oh, that's orange bean.
Orange bean. Can we
And it's
have
purple.
orange
It's a purple
bean
flowery
instead?
thing. But he calls it orange bean.
This man is a clear fool. Can we have orange bean instead of this dream thistle?
Well, of course. I mean, look at what you're trading. You could have the dream thistle and the orange bean.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
Look, now you have
Good.
something for your girlfriend when she's cooking tomorrow.
Unbelievable. Here I am.
all right. So
We need to get out of this place or something real bad's gonna happen.
Bye, Kevin. It was nice meeting you.
nice meeting you all as well. And he puts the jars on a shelf.
Thank you for your help.
Let's go.
All right. Where to next?
I actually have a really good hookup for the Cedric Iron. We can go see Remo. Remo, at Clydestone Leathers. He actually made my coat for me. And he likes to use a lot of Cedric Iron for the buckles and stuff like that. A lot of military uniforms have that in them. So we could go see him, I'm sure. We could work something out with him. I've known him for years.
And that's right across from home. You can put any extra stuff, it's literally across the street from the condemned building. So you head back to Boogerton, and you walk into Clydestone's Leathers and Letters, which was once a common an inn that has been turned into this leather shop. The downstairs area is a workspace for Remo Clydestone, a dwarf who is renowned for making different leather pouches, bags, backpacks. Matter of fact, the thing is that what is it? Cut purses can't cut a Remo. Cut a Remo purse is kind of how it's, and now you know why. It's because he actually makes thread out of Cedric Iron and weaves that into the leather purses that he makes, which makes it very hard to cut one of these purses. You walk in, his three little dwarven girls greet you. Nora runs up. Hi, how are you? How can I help you? Welcome to Clydestone's Leathers and Letters. My father Remo is in the back, and my mother is upstairs doing her scribing. If I could run and get whoever that you might need.
Yes, absolutely.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Oh, hello. Can you please just speak to your father?
Okay. Father, she yells.
Thank you.
You have a customer. And he comes stomping out of the back. He's got like little parts of his beard singed. And he's kind of doing this, and he comes walking up. Hello, how are you? Oh,
Hey, Remo.
Sigismond. And Savinor, how are you?
I'm well.
I've seen you around, but I don't recognize you right off. You're
Godfrey.
around here a little bit.
We've spoken before. It's been a while.
Oh yes, I remember.
Oh,
How is
look, right.
Joss anyway?
He's doing well.
He's doing better.
Good. And who is this? Who is your new client?
This is Carmina. Carmina? Say hello.
Well, hello. Your shop is great. Oh, I forget what we're looking for. What was it that we were looking for?
Well, you see, Remo, the lovely Carmina here seems to find herself in a little bit of trouble, and we need a few Cedric Iron shavings, if you have any laying around. To help.
Well, of course. I don't know. And he kind of looks confused, but he goes to the back and he comes back out with some Cedric Iron shavings and puts them into a little piece of paper and folds the paper around and hands it to you.
Thank you. I think this should be enough. In Savinor, does this look like enough?
A few more, if you don't mind, sir.
A little bit more. And don't worry, Remo, I'll pay for the trouble and I'll give him a gold or two.
Oh yes. Well, that's more than enough. I'll get you an ale at Izzy's Tap and Tumble later.
Appreciate it. I look forward to it.
All right. And so you have 3 of the 4 ingredients as you make your way away from the Clydestone's Leathers and Letters. Now the expensive one.
Do you guys know anybody that owns a jewelry store or anything? No.
No,
Right.
I stay far away from that type
Probably
of
be
thing.
either in the market district or we might be able
No.
to find something at Godsword if we.
I know somebody, but I really don't want to. Prefer not to go back there. It's been a while.
You don't want to interact with someone, but this I must hear.
It's Maisha, Miss Maisha Valeria. She her son served in my regiment. He was under my command, and he didn't make it home. And as is part of the job, I had to be the one that let her know. And that was the last time I've seen her. It's been a few years now.
If it's too uncomfortable, I mean, you could always wait outside.
No, I should see how she's doing and make sure that everything is going well. Her son was still part of my command, and I owe it to her and him to make sure that she's okay. It's a little hard, but we should go and see. I should have gone back earlier.
Well, we're here with you for your support, my friend. We'll never leave your side.
I appreciate it, and it's okay. It's going to be tough for her, I'm sure, to see me, but it'll be okay. She's over in Middentown. We can check out their shop. She's at Valeria's Baubles and Curiosities. I'll lead the way.
But
It
should
is,
keep
but
your nerves.
she'll give us.
Well,
a
you
good
got to walk
price.
clear back across town anyway,
We do.
and up to the north to the Riverside
Yeah.
Commons. So
Kind of making our loop is what you're
making a
trying
loop,
to-
yeah. So you make your way to Valeria's Baubles Curiosities in Midtown. The aromas inside this shop assault your senses. There's like this tangy, musky, dusty smell about the place. And it's because as you walk in, you see that this shop has like a little bit of everything. You know, to the left, there's shelves full of common and rare books. And there's glass cases with like glitter, gold, silver, gems. And then there's other like mundane items, incenses and censers and stuff that you might use in prayer. And then the back of the store, there's a curtain, and through this curtain comes a haggard woman who kind of comes out.
And before we enter the shop, I will have asked, right outside the door, I'll have asked, Carmina, may I please have my coat back for a moment?
Oh, of course, absolutely. And
Thank
I
you.
hand over the coat, and I am fabulous once more.
And Sigismond will put the coat on, and he'll kind of like fix his mustaches a little, and make sure that his insignia are all clean, and that he looks as presentable as he can before he goes in.
Now, how long did you say that the scrolls are useful for?
Probably a couple hours. You probably could have had them on the whole time. If you want to.
Do we know how long? Do we know how long the summoning takes?
Not very long. You probably good 10 minutes, something like that.
Okay, then I'll just because I know that I prefer to have the alertness beforehand. I'll pop up the scroll of detect evil.
Okay. And are you going to give the detect law to Sigismond?
Sigismond.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll remember that those are on at this point and kind of clue you in on how those affect you as we move forward. You're going into the baubles and curiosity. She pulls. Valeria pulls back the curtain and comes walking out. She's a very haggard woman, and at first she sees Godfrey, and then goes, can I help? And then her eyes land on Sigismond. Oh, this is
Hello,
not a
Miss Maisha.
business call, is it?
It is actually. How are things going, Miss Maisha?
Oh, well, the crowd that I would love to attract has been hard to attract these days. A lot of people who look a lot and buy little, if you know what I mean.
Understand.
It is nice to see you, Sigismond, and you can tell that it's not.
I know. Yes, I'm sorry, Miss Maisha. But a bit of good news. I know that I don't get to deliver that option. I'm not here to look and leave. I'm here to buy. My friends and I have need of
Someone finally land the heart of the great Sigismund of Radion.
No, I've told you before that if Harmonia would have wished me to be married, she would have sent me someone. But you never know. Maybe
she glances over. She glances over at Carmina. Oh, I'm sorry. I made an assumption.
Oh no, you know me.
And she's looking at all the baubles and stuff all over Carmina, and her earrings, and it as she looks at Carmina's hands, and you look at her hands, and she's got rings and stuff on, and you're wondering, how does she even wield a sword with all those rings on her hand? But she goes, I made an assumption based on the great collection that you have, my lady.
Valeria, if you were having troubles, you should have told me. I know that you have good gems here. I know that you are insistent on quality, and I have friends who. I'm a simple man. I don't need much, but I have friends who like to be a little more ornate, and maybe I can send them your way. Yes?
Oh, yes, very well. That would be nice. But what can I get for you? And you can see that she's very uncomfortable, and she's not going to turn away money, but she's like trying to do her best.
I'm in need of a couple of rubies if you have them around.
Very well. And she brings out. She's got 5 different rubies that she brings out in this tray with some cloth laid in it, and would these meet your needs? And there are 2 in there that are, you don't really have an appraisal of them, but you're thinking, yeah, those 2 in the middle probably look like 50 gold piece rubies.
How much money do I have in my pocket, Corey? Would you say?
Well, you did go back by the house to Leathers and Letters, so you could have picked up. You're going to end up spending like 100 golds worth of stuff. So,
do I have access to like a couple hundred gold saved up over the years?
Yes, you have that, and you know that someone in your house has spent a lot on little widgets and things that you don't. You could have asked for a loan if need be, but yes, you probably could have put some away.
I will, knowing that this is where we were headed next, I will have taken as much as I have that's not going to leave me poverty stricken, and so a couple hundred maybe, and I'll say, well, that looks about. What do you think? What do you think those 2 are worth?
Well, 50 apiece.
Yeah, I think 200 is fair, and I'll just set the 200 on the table.
No, I said 50. It's.
You know me, I've never been very good at math. My mistake. Keep the change.
Very well, Sigismund. Nice to see you again. And she kind of puts things away. And
before you put everything away, my dear, may I have one of those gems? That one right all the way to the left. That nice. It's the slight yellow, slight goldish color one right there.
Oh yes, of course. This is a 10 gold.
10 gold. Here you are. And I hand it over to Carmina. My friend, you're such a well-renowned performer. Yes, you can say something rather nice about what you got in this?
Yes, of course, but I must say I do live, a very, very far away. You might want to give this to somebody special. And I give it back.
Kisses for kisses! But Valeria,
great, another one.
Valeria, please don't let yourself fall into any trouble. Have you been getting Brendan's his payments?
Yes, yes. The church has been very good and very generous.
Well, if it's not enough, you let me know and I'll speak to them about increasing it, please.
Oh, we are doing all right.
Okay. Just don't let yourself. Your son was a hero, and he deserves to have his family live as a hero. Understood?
Yes, yes.
I'm happy to take care of that if you'd like, Sigismond. Next time I'm in God's Word, I'll make a couple.
I'll speak with.
Don't rustle feathers on my account.
It's okay.
I'm doing just fine.
Don't worry, Valeria. I'll stop begging and check on you every once in a while and see how business is doing. Okay?
That would be nice.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you, and please, we appreciate it.
All right, and you guys make your way to Riverside Commons.
On the way out, Godfrey is going to pull off one of the flow stones that he holds as one of around his hand, and he's just going to pluck it off, and he's going to lay it on the counter as he walks out.
Okay.
And then it explodes.
No, it's not going
to. Okay, so you make your way to Riverside Commons. As you walk to Riverside Commons, Sigismond, you pass a group of guards and get this tingle that you're like, oh yes, that's Godfrey cast a spell on me, and these people are bound by law. All right, they are more lawful. I think I understand how this works. And then Godfrey, you pass a shop or a stall on your way back out of Middentown, and you get this like feeling of
unease.
And then you realize that this stall, this person is selling basically poisons, but they're alchemical things.
He walks up. Is there somebody trying to buy the poison?
No, it's just you this guy has a little stall set up in Middentown, and he's not even
drugs.
Yeah, basically he's selling poisons of some sort.
Right. Is he outside the stall or no?
No, he's back behind the things with all these little canisters in front of the.
I'm gonna walk by and try to just turn the sign over to make it say closed.
Okay. He goes, wait a minute. No, sir, I am still open. Can I regale you with any of my wares? And they are very, very well made to make your evening fun, exciting, or if you just want to wipe your mind clean for the evening, I have those as well.
Ooh, I walk up to the stall.
No.
It's not. No, we're not buying drugs right now. It's not drug o'clock.
Look, I'm just looking. I don't come here often. I'm like a tourist, you know.
You can come back for drug o'clock after we keep you from being assassinated.
All right, I'm just looking. Gosh.
Now hold on. You did bring up a good point. Is there anything that we could use that would alter the mind of someone?
Yes.
He sells drugs, dude.
Can we do it without having them to, voluntarily ingest?
Yes. I also sell, and he pulls out a blowgun with a little bit of blow darts.
That's cool.
That could be useful.
Drug administration assisters, if you need those. But he then hides it back below.
Do you have something more subtle than that?
And not that I would normally use something like this, but with the people that you could be potentially being hunted by, could be useful.
Do you know how to use that?
You're certainly on the right path, Godfrey. I mean, I do need to convince the Emperor to take this creature, after all. And
oh no, I don't mean you poison.
Please don't poison the Emperor.
I'm just saying, I like where you're going with this idea.
3 weeks later, she's like, knock, knock. I'm back.
I killed the Emperor.
Another guest episode. Season 2.
I was just saying, the way it would make it seem is maybe we could convince these people that are after you to go away
Oh.
without having to kill them.
But they're potentially after me. They probably don't even know I'm here.
Oh, for something like that, and he reaches below. He goes, "I have this powder.
Is that
Just
pocket
throw it
sand?
at their feet, and they will become confused.
Did you say throw it at their peats?
Their feet."
Oh, okay. I thought you said peats, and this was like a penis administered drug.
And how
They
much
have
would that
those.
go by?
They have those in the place where the Skunandrus are from.
Please don't
Vile
tell us that
Desolation.
they have. Please don't tell us that they have those things in the books at your lower library.
Cannon. Peat powder.
Are those in the spreadsheets?
No. Well.
All right. So confusion
other
powder
things that
basically
he
is what he's
has not
trying to
spoken.
sell.
That's cool. Are you going to buy it?
Well, I was going to see, depending on how much it cost.
5 gold.
Sigismond, do you have 5 gold?
Nope. I just gave all my money away.
Let me look. You see, he pulls a giant coin purse out and opens it. Yes, that'll do.
There you are. And then you guys make your way, and you make a mental note that this guy is no good, and perhaps you'll come back to him at some later time. But you want to make sure that you meet with Avasuna and summon this thing. And similar feelings come upon you as you pass people on your way to Riverside Commons. And then you make your way into the Riverside Commons, which is basically an area where performances sometimes happen on the side of the river. Right now, there are no performances or buskers or anybody here in Riverside, and it's actually pretty empty. It's late afternoon, and Sigismond, you get a tingle over here. And you're like, oh, there's something lawful over there. And Godfrey, you get a evil emanation from over here. And we will go on initiative.
Ooh.
We don't see anything at the moment, correct?
Do not see anything. So let me add everybody to the combat. Go to the combat thing. And
Ooh.
there we go. Roll for everyone. All right. So begin combat. In Savanor, you do not sense anything, but all of a sudden, you see as you and Carmina are walking north, that both Godfrey and Sigismond stop and look in 2 different directions.
Right,
You all okay?
The moment I see them look in 2 different directions, I kind of look back and I look at Sigismund, and I'm sort of being out with him. I'm used to his senses going off. What do you see, my friend?
Oh no. Something's weird over there, though.
I don't like weird. And I bow my head and just silently spread out a light and cast Bless on the 3 of them. So Carmina, Sigismund, and Godfrey.
All right. And remind them on their rolls that they get those bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a D4, correct?
Yes.
Yep. All right. So.
And I kind of just back up a little bit.
Okay.
Because if I see them
do you guys
looking
have
around,
control of your characters here? Okay, good. All right, and then you back up, leaving Carmina standing all by herself.
Oh no, I
in the
didn't mean
center
to
of
back up. I
Riverside
was just making sure I could move. I was just like touching stuff to make sure I can move.
Nobody said shit to me. You all just started backing up. What's going on?
Oh, it's not my turn anyway. It's your turn.
All right,
Leave the
and
Gordy one out there as bait.
like,
Great. Perfect.
and then I will. There we go. Just reading stats here. Hold on just a second. Does a 17 hit you, Carmina?
Oh, yes.
All right. A crossbow bolt comes from this direction over here.
Oh, God.
Hitting you for 6 points of damage, and
ow.
you feel something course through your veins. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
11.
Don't forget your D4 from Bless.
Oh, and I have, that's right. 15.
Hey.
All right, you saved. So the poison did not run its course into you.
Poison.
Give me a. I'm sorry. When I said where it came from the south. Give me a perception check. And that's for everybody, because everybody heard a thwang.
And do we get our bless on this as well, right?
Yes, it's a skill check. Yep.
19.
19.
That
Wow.
bless was a 4 for me.
22.
That's a 21.
21. Carmina, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
12.
Okay, so everyone but Carmina, who was the one who was shot, is able to see this man hiding behind a tree and kind of basically ducking back behind it to reload his crossbow. And that was his turn. Carmina, your turn.
I would like to glance around and see if I can take a gander and see where that crossbow bolt came from, or yeah,
All
I
right.
think that's how I'd like to spend my turn.
All right, I'll let you do that as your bonus action to make another roll, and then you'll still have your move and your stand and your action.
Okay, well, my perception check was 4, so
Oh.
and
Well, I'll give you advantage because you see all three of these guys looking in a specific direction.
perfect.
Can I just use my reaction and be like, there's someone right there?
Yeah. Okay.
21.
See her looking around.
21.
I'll waste my reaction to let her find out where this thing's at.
All right.
21,
so, yes,
21, yeah.
Yeah. You point out the. You see this person in gray when they have like this cloak that's got a tiger emblem clasping their cloak on.
Oh, gods. That resonates with me, and I cast Dissonant Whispers on them, and they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 20 on the die.
Oh,
Oh, they succeed.
They succeed.
They do, and that should that ends my turn.
Okay. And is Dissonant Whispers, that is an arcane spell, right?
It is, yeah.
All right. Actually, I didn't have to save. What you saw as you cast a spell is that emblem glowed for a second.
Oh.
The cloak that they're wearing shimmered, and then it looks like the arcane energy was absorbed into the cloak that he's wearing.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, are you kidding? My whole motif.
have a notice.
Got
Okay, I use my free action to panic a little.
Like, we got some
some
crazy
holy
Iron Man crap going on right now. Like,
All right. So do you want to move? You still have a move.
Oh, let's yep. Oh God, I messed up the whole thing. Am I moving? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're moving. You're good.
Oh yeah. Is this still a free
Well, I
action to cry?
Yeah, I can't tell how much of my movement I'm using, but I'm gonna try ahead and use all of my feet there to get to behind a tree, get some cover.
Okay.
I don't know. Am I getting there?
Okay. You can make it behind that tree there. All right.
Okay.
Sigismond.
All right. You know what these tricky sons of bitches never like? Muscle wizards. 5, 15, 20. And you're just going to wrap up on it.
Okay.
Stop it, you fool. We are trying to get your precious emperor, his Byakugan, back. Not our total
Baku
weebs.
Ugon.
Baku Ugon.
Oh, that's real good.
19 is my because you're doing a grapple, right?
Yes, I've got a
Okay.
15 plus 4 plus 3.
There you go.
22.
You have
I'm
this
taking
guy
this dude to the
grappled,
ground.
Stop.
and he's basically got a crossbow, and he was trying to load it, and then he was hit with a spell, and he saw his thing shimmer. He goes to drop his crossbow, but you kind of grapple him up, and he's kind of grabbed with this crossbow in kind of incapacitated, so to speak. Well, I mean, he still gets his action, but he's
He's gonna have to deal with me first.
Gonna have to deal with you first. Godfrey.
So I still have that same weird feeling from the other end of the picture.
Yes,
correct?
from up here. Yes.
And seeing
And
Carmina running
Sigismond,
that way.
you do not get a feeling from this guy that he is evil. There's no like evil presence emanating off of this guy.
I was doing lawful.
He was lawful.
you were
I was
lawful.
evil.
Yeah.
You don't get you get neither from this guy.
Okay. Odd.
So weird question, because I never asked it before. Am I getting an evil feel from Carmina?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'm
And
just going to
Savinor, on the
assume.
other
I mean, that's a
hand.
good question.
And Savinor, on the other hand.
I'm just going to
After
assume
the
that
last
no
time-
one here feels lawful except me.
Yeah. After the
Yeah.
last time that we done, I would feel lawful as well, actually, but just my own law.
So let me get this right, just so that I have it in my head which one is which. This direction, you sensed evil.
Okay.
So Godfrey sensed evil. This
Right.
direction, you sensed law.
Okay.
Godfrey, go ahead.
As a bonus action, I'm going to grab the band of beads that are hanging around my hand, make the flowstones glow, and cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And then, as a normal action, actually, as a movement, I'm going to move up close to Carmina, having that sense that there's something wrong up this way.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold an action to hit it with my mace if anything
something
gets
closes.
closer to her or myself.
Okay. All right. And
God, I just hate when the initiative tracker just disappears because there's invisible enemies doing stuff.
this guy runs out from behind the thing, behind this tree, and says, "The honor shall be mine." And you get your attack that you were saving as this assassin draws two short swords.
Sense something here. So let's find out what this does.
Now, Carmina, I need a perception check, and I'll give you this at advantage because you saw Godfrey looking in that direction before this thing attacked.
That's a 21.
Okay, 21 hits.
17 is my perception check.
And 17 keeps you from being surprised.
Very good.
Okay.
And that's 8 points of bludgeoning damage with my
8
mace.
points. The evil guy. All right. And then he does not get to sneak attack because he did not surprise you after jumping out of the trees, thanks to the Scroll of Law. But he does attack you twice with short swords.
And crazy question. Crazy question. Is it undead or no?
It is not.
Okay.
These are people. Yes.
Okay.
So a 6 misses, and then a 13
Against who?
against Carmina.
I'm sorry, I thought you were attacking Godfrey and I wasn't listening. A 6 misses, a 13 does not hit.
Okay, so both miss. He runs out, he gets smacked, and then that takes him off his game, and he misses twice. And then we will do this again. There it is. Then we roll.
Ooh.
Why do paladins always roll the worst initiatives? Every time.
And Godfrey, you're a first this round.
All right. I don't know what you're here for, but you seem to be a threat. And with that, he'll cast Toll Dead.
Is that a
Uh-oh.
priest spell?
It is a cleric. It is a
divine spell?
It's a divine
okay.
spell, yeah.
All right.
Let me make sure. I
I
mean,
thought this was necromancy.
it is necromancy, but it's still technically a divine spell because I'm casting it as a cleric. All right, and that's going to be. My brain stopped for a moment. It's just an attack at that point. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Yep.
And that's going to be a d12. That's for 6 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Carmina, your turn.
Ooh, already? I feel like I just went. All right. Carmina kind of clumsily pulls out a rapier and she's like holding it incorrectly and her rings are clinging against it. And she just kind of clumsily stabs at the assassin in front of her. Ooh. There's a 18 hit.
18 hits.
Yay.
See who got
And
this?
No. For 5 points of I don't know, rapier piercing damage.
Piercing
right?
damage. All
Pretty
right.
good.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to look at Godfrey and grab him by the shoulder and shake him a little bit and say, "How do you hold a sword?" And hopefully that inspires him, and I'll give him an inspiration die. You have a 1d6 inspiration. Godfrey.
All right.
I'm your ally and I don't know how to fight. Does this make you feel better?
Yeah, great. That's wonderful. Also, just a heads up, Corey. Sorry, I messed up on Toll Dead. It's been a minute since I played with this spell. So it would have been a wisdom saving throw if you want to do that.
Okay.
Otherwise, we can just ignore it until next turn.
No, that was an 11. I'm assuming an 11 doesn't save.
It does not. 14.
Okay. Then all is well. We're good.
All right.
And now that assassin, you've been stuck. He will. Make an attack on Carmina first,
Oh no.
which
I can't pull this guy's gaze at all. Bumping him multiple times.
I'm so
actually is
pretty.
a crit.
Whoa!
So what's the bonus here? 13 points of damage to Carmina.
I am unconscious.
Unconscious. Second attack goes to.
Oh no.
Godfrey.
That's a 9. That misses. Okay.
That misses.
All right. And then, so Carmina is down. Yeah, he's gonna actually come out here. Now that Carmina is down and be visible, but this guy is just standing at the edge of the bridge watching what's going on. He has not drawn any weapons. And he is just kind of watching what's going on in Savanor.
Perfect. When I saw that spell that didn't work on the guy that's over here, can I tell what happened or
Yeah, give me
made
an
it occur?
Arcana check.
I think you have the same idea I do. Savanor. The thing is will Mage Hand work? Right?
I had that Arcana check. That is a 19.
You knowing what you do about how the Everflow works, this whatever is on that cloak, it cannot soak an infinite number or an infinite amount of magical energies. So it has a limit. You don't know if the next thing you cast will overcome that limit, or if but you do know what you know about Arcana is that there's nothing that's just going to basically take that energy and store it, and not have some sort of a limit to be able to counteract the effects of the magic.
Okay. All right. The first thing I'm gonna do with my bonus action is glance up to see how Carmina and Godfrey is doing, as I can see that she's on the
doing
ground.
well.
I'm just going to.
Carmina's on the ground and Godfrey's pretty much hovering as close to her as possible to protect her.
How about you do your damn job, cleric, and get things together? And I cast Healing Word on Carmina.
Smack the shit out of you, dude. I don't have time yet.
There's so much healing in this party.
Roll that heal.
Oh, there's so much healing, I know.
That is a 6 to heal. 6 for healing.
All right.
And then I'm going to just scoot down here just by, I think, 5 feet. And I'm going to take out my whip. And I'm going to, these guys are strained, right? I'm going to use my whip and try and nail the medallion on him.
Okay.
Is restrained, you get disadvantage?
Yeah, you would just get a roll. His movement is 0.
Okay. That is a crit.
Oh! All right.
Ooh.
So, what would you like to do with your whip?
We'll just shatter this thing.
So I pull the whip and it just drops down. Well, it's been a long time since I've used one of these. And I kind of swing it around and start swirling it around my head and just, Sigismond, close your eyes because I am not sure you won't get hit. And I just and just nail the medallion, like kind of wrap around it and just yank it off of him at the same time. Like, but as the whip comes, it kind of slaps the guy and grabs the medallion and then yanks it.
That was going to be my plan too.
The whip grabs it. It kind of drags it off and basically draws a line across his face. Give me the whip damage.
Ooh, Andy and a Savinor. There we go.
And
damage. I've never heard that one.
And actually, for Flare, Carmina, what was the spell that you cast?
That's
Dissonant Whispers.
And what does that do?
Oh God, it does several things.
It's wicked.
It
3d6 mental damage.
Yeah, 3d6 psychic damage, and then I believe they have to, if they fail the save, they need to move as far as their speed allows away from me.
Yeah, they're frightened.
So he didn't fail the save, but he will still take the damage as this spell that is now unleashed upon him.
Oh.
Plus how much?
Me to roll that for you? Yeah.
And then, what was the whip damage?
The whip damage. Oh, that was 4. 4. So I rolled 2 1s amazingly. That is a 4.
4 and
10 points of psychic damage.
So at least you got that with it.
He screams out loud as kind of the thing comes off and cuts across his face, and you see like magical energies come out of it, and he screams, blood curdling scream, and also his robes are now kind of hanging loosely off of him. And now it is his turn. So the first thing he's going to do is try and escape. That is a 16.
That is a critical.
All right.
Yeah, this guy is screwed.
He is still wrapped up. He does not get an escape. However, he will try and, since he can't escape, he will try and throw his head back and headbutt you. And that is a 4 to hit. So that's a negative one there.
I like to think that he still hits me, but just this like fantasy Eastern European Sigismond is just like he hits him and like it breaks his nose, but like his nose has been broken 4,000 times. He just kind of smiles.
All right, Sigismond, your turn.
Oh yeah. So Corey, we
right
haven't had enough weird combat in a while, I feel like. So figure this out. Sigismond is going to, as he's like maneuvering behind, I'm assuming because that whip was grabbed, Sigismond is just going to like try and power bomb this man.
Like
He's gonna try to,
alligator
in the
tackle
air.
from
German
like-
suplex.
jump up in the air, yeah, German suplex this guy. And I think Corey's frozen.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to take over as GM. So what happens
made
is
it so
Sigismond,
weird.
Sigismond does that and just lands on it, snaps his neck, but he's not dead. He's just unconscious. And then everybody gets scared and runs away. And we win. Good job,
And then
guys.
Salvador immediately points at
Yay!
Carmina.
GG.
I told you professional wrestling was real.
GG.
I never said it was fake.
All right, let's
Oh,
just vamp for a
no.
little while, guys.
All right.
So, as you can tell, these are once again the Sad Boy Assassins.
Hey now, leave those
All
alone.
assassins are
All
incapable.
assassins in this game seem to be sad boys.
They're
No matter what we
incapable-
try.
Incapable of doing any real damage to anyone.
I can't believe you guys didn't let me buy weird drugs as my guest appearance in your game. I feel
You
like
can
that
buy
was
weird
the one
drugs.
important
You can
thing.
buy
I mean,
weird
it
drugs.
dissuaded me from doing it. Like,
We'll
so I
buy
was like,
weird drugs on the way back.
Yeah,
It just
I was
wasn't
gonna
the
go
time to
with
buy
you,
weird
damn
drugs.
He just said wasn't time to do it. That's all he
next
said.
time
He
I
said it wasn't
come on
time.
as a guest, we're buying weird drugs
We're
and
buying
having a
weird
weird
drugs.
session.
Yeah.
Assuming we live, like we're going back by that guy's house.
When we're
We
done
wanna-
with this combat, it's my
Do we
bedtime.
wanna take,
It's like,
like, a-
midnight here.
5-minute break and see if we can get Corey back.
I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out what we do if a DM is gone. How we finish this up. We can probably work it if we have to.
I mean,
One
we
of
could
us can
probably
GM.
work it. Currently,
What
our
is in DM?
our screen's all jacked up as well.
There's
but-
like, don't all of us here DM? Like, so
I was gonna
A
say there's a
couple-
lot of
yeah.
DMs in this
a couple
group.
of professionals.
we do.
Yeah, why is the stream all messed up?
Our tech is trying to catch things up.
Yes,
probably.
it's because there's a camera missing, a camera perspective missing, so it shifts everybody's camera frames,
Yeah.
and it makes it
Mm.
bad. When he gets back, we'll fix it.
Oh no. Whole neighborhood power went out.
Okay, so
GMs.
we got this. So let's GM this. Who wants to take over this encounter? Do you want to do it, Jenny?
Don't.
I mean, I do, but this is, I am not the lore keeper for the stream. You guys know much more than I do,
Let's just
and
do this combat.
I will give it a really messed up ending.
Let me pull up the
we
GM's controls.
have notes about what's supposed to happen, Jenny. So
Oh.
don't worry. We know, like we have access to. We don't look at them, but we have access to Corey's notes, so we can see what he
Oh.
has planned.
Yeah.
We have a Google Drive that he keeps all of his plots and plans in.
Yeah. So the days that we don't.
What?
What?
Eric just put Pam's picture there to
Yeah.
to make the cameras go back.
To make all the cameras fix
Mm.
themselves.
Okay.
That's nice.
Let
Yeah.
me see
Who
what
wants
that-
who wants to run this encounter at least, and we can finish out.
The
this
problem is
encounter.
that none of us have GM privilege in Foundry right now.
It's fine. We can figure it out.
That's fine.
We'll figure it out. So I want to try and just do an unarmed strike on this guy. Is that what you want me to do? Who are Council of GMs? How do we want to roll this?
Sure, you can do an arm strike.
All right.
Mhm.
Are you
I'm gonna
doing an
try
arm
to
strike, or are you
suplex.
doing another grapple as kind of like a pin?
It's kind of like a pin, yeah, more than anything.
So you roll
that
another grapple.
yes, and that's strength. So 16 plus 2 plus 3. So
Let's see what we
21.
got here. That's a 12 plus. Who knows? Let me see if I can see something. I cannot see anything. I'm gonna say a 12. I'm sure these assassins do not have.
Amazing strength, yeah. They're
Like,
probably more
well, I'm
dexterous.
guessing they don't have a 9 in strength.
Yeah, plus 9 to strength. Holy shit, we are screwed if they do.
or 7
So-
rather, but even
Yeah.
a 7 in strength would be impressive.
So I'll just pin him. I
So
really,
you
if
would
Corey
pin
was
him.
here to mess with him, I was going to try to smite him with himself.
And instead you blew out
I love that.
you blew out
yeah,
all the power
Improvised-
in his
yeah,
yeah.
improvised weapon attack using him and then cast smite.
He's currently
I love
trying
that.
to log in. He's currently
think
trying
we
to
should-
log in with his
I
phone.
think you should
so
save that because that's pretty epic.
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
epic.
I like to do stuff like that. Like if it's a one shot, especially, I like to if we're in a tall building, just grab the guy and jump out of the window and just
Absolutely.
ride him to the ground.
Wow.
If we die, it's a one shot.
We have issues with power going out in our games for
We
some
do.
reason. Maybe it's because we play so late. I don't know.
I read about that on Instagram, and I was sad for you guys. That's such a bummer.
Yeah.
I think
we've
it's
had-
because, like, a lot of us live in the I live in the south,
Well,
and there's
all of
always
us live in
tornadoes.
different areas, so we're
Yeah.
already nobody can depend on if one person's area is good, the other person isn't, because we all live across the United States. So
And we're just coming out of tornado season here, so it's getting
that's
better.
not
But
good either. All right. Let me see here. So they've got that assassin. We're just gonna have to actually do like I'm not gonna be able to re-roll stuff either. So there's that.
we'll just follow the same initiative. It's fine.
Okay. So at that point, then, yeah. But I can't kill people either at this one. So we're gonna have to mark them off as need be.
It's fine. Until
As
Corey
you-
gets in,
Hey,
we'll
you
just
know,
run it.
I have
That's
notes
great.
too, by the way, and mine say enjoy and have fun.
Yeah, that's
There
what
we
we're
go.
gonna
I
do.
like it.
Hey,
See, that's what
that's
we're
what
gonna do. We're gonna
Mine
have
says scene 3, enjoy, have fun.
That's what we're gonna do.
That's right.
I'm sure there's always a moral quandary that we have to go into,
There always is.
but it'll be fine.
I loved my notes.
Yeah, the guest notes are always the best. Okay, so are you gonna go then, James? Attack the spans?
Yes, I will attack that man. Let me see what I will do. I'm going to. Since Carmina is up from in
I'm still
Savinor's, I
I'm still
won't
prone
waste-
though. Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
I have the
Let's see.
stat blocks and stuff if you need them, James.
I'll just hit
Which
him
is
with a.
which is where I'm assuming this is all gonna go south.
Yeah, there's Corey.
It's Corey.
Hey, Corey, you're back. I just pulled up all the GM notes to we were gonna run the encounter. if
Right,
we
we're
need-
He's on
Run the encounter.
mobile.
Yeah, I have no power, so I'm running this from my phone.
Wow.
And Corey,
We're
I
gonna-
have access to all the stat blocks and stuff. If you want to just GM, I will run the numbers. if
Sure,
you want.
sure. And I think you were about to suplex an assassin.
I did
Yes,
that,
sir.
and it was we made it more into like a pin. So, but I was gonna ask if I could cast Smite using him as an improvised weapon
Absolutely.
when I land.
Absolutely.
I had a 21 versus his 12.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple 3 spell slots. So let's do that. So is it just a D4 with improvised weapon with him because it's kind of like an unarmed strike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
that
Pam is going to be our mover. She can re-roll the characters and
So as Sigismond is wont to
Thanks,
do,
Pam.
not use his smite as an actual like weapon attack because that's for nerds. He uses all 3 of his spell slots to cast smite on this poor man and does
Oh my
17 points of damage as he smites him into the ground.
oh my goodness.
All right. So that will actually take that one out with the previous damage. So
And of course it's subdual damage, right?
yeah.
Can
Yeah,
you
this
do
man's like
some
in a
dual?
giant smoking crater of
Yeah,
radiant
some dual
energy.
giant
I just did
smoking
the if you're a Naruto fan, I just did the like Rock Lee Hidden Lotus where he like jumps in the air and all of his clothes like wrap up around him. All right. I think I've done enough damage this turn.
I think it's more frightening though to think that he's trying to do a Rock Lee move when he's like, I don't know, early 50s, like, you know.
Guy Sensei was in his 50s. But anyway, so that's my turn. And we're just going to follow the same initiative order, Corey, since we don't have GM privileges.
Well,
Yeah.
unless Pam's re-rolling for us. Pam, if you're re-rolling for us, hit the round button.
If not, it's okay.
If not, it's all right. I saw her log in. That's why I was wondering.
It's okay. We'll just do it.
All right, it's all right. I will thump this one then with my mace. Oh, that's a natural 18, so that's gonna hit. For another 6 points of damage.
All right. So that one, according to what I have written downstairs, is still up, but it's looking pretty bad.
That one's looking pretty bad.
I have all of your stats if you need me to roll them, Corey.
Is there anything else I
Okay.
can do? And then that's all I can do right now.
Okay. Who's next on the init?
Oh, they re-rolled us.
Okay.
We've been re-rolled now.
Okay.
Roll everybody. Because the assassin shouldn't have. Oh, the assassin's dead. Godfrey. What is it?
We should all be able to click roll initiative, yes? So
Yeah, I got it.
She's got it.
All right, and then re-roll all NPCs. Pam will have to take care of that one.
If it makes it
don't know how.
simpler, we can just keep saying it.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Here, I'll roll for them, and we'll keep them in thing. Oh, there we go. Oh, damn it.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, this
Don't
ain't
do.
good.
Stop rolling for them.
Ah!
That's
All
gonna
right.
hurt.
Well, that assassin's got a 20, and the second one's got a 17. So I'm guessing
Yeah,
they're
he's good.
going now.
They're gonna go
All right,
first.
which one has the 20, the north or the east?
It looks like the north.
All right, so the north is going to take its 2 short swords and one on Carmina and one on Godfrey.
I got you.
And I'm prone.
Oh.
No, even though you got healing worded back.
I haven't
Yeah,
had a
she
turn
hasn't
yet,
got-
so I
Still
haven't
down,
been able to
though.
stand
Oh,
up.
So he will get advantage.
hmm
That's a 14 plus short sword.
Yes.
Plus 6, so that's 20. And he does 1d6 plus 3. So he's going to do 8 damage to you.
I'm unconscious again.
Oh, you kidding?
No. And then he makes another correct, Corey? Or is he going to
Yeah,
make this one at
Godfrey.
Godfrey? That was just 11. So 16 to hit, James?
Doesn't hit with Shield of Faith on.
All right. So that is a miss, and I think that's his turn.
All right, then the
Next
one to
assassin.
the east is up next. He will walk out, draw his 2 short swords, and basically he holds them out at arm's length and says, "The rest of you may go. We have found our quarry, and our decree is done." And he pulls a piece of paper, or he points to a piece of paper on his belt. We have met our decree. You may leave now. Do not interfere.
All right.
This is the one that you got the sense of law off of, Sigismond.
Okay. Okay. Is that all he's going to do on his turn?
Yep. He's going to give you the opportunity to leave, and this is the second stat block.
Okay. I'll approach him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to take his decree.
Okay. You can. He will actually let you pull it from his belt.
I'll rip it up.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm assuming that's all I can do for my turn. So I will
Yep.
just hang out here.
Oh my God.
Godfrey, you're next on the initiative order, but you went once this round, so
I already
we're gonna
went
count
once,
that. So
so-
in Savanor.
All right.
Once again, I can't heal Carmina fast enough.
You know who can?
The first thing I'm gonna do is. Are you not standing right there? Why do I have to keep doing your job? Please, my dear, get up. And I cast Healing Word again to Carmina.
I'm curious how this works.
That is another 6 healing.
Okay.
And I do have 40 feet of movement, so I'm gonna move this way, right behind them. And with my whip, I can still reach this guy. I'm gonna try to whip his medallion too.
If you hit me, I swear to God.
Fantastic.
Here it comes.
Oh, that is a 17 on the die.
That hits.
So you'll be able to do whip damage, but you're not going to be able to disarm him, basically,
Okay.
or just
Okay.
just derobe him.
And that is a 5 points of damage.
And how much
All
have you
right.
taken before?
He's still up.
Okay.
He's still up.
And that is the end of my turn.
That takes us to Carmina.
All right, I'm going to use half my movement to stand up. Is this dude to the north? Is he's still up, right?
He's looking pretty rough, but yeah, he's still up.
I'm going to make another clumsy ass stab at him with my rapier, and so that is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Beautiful, and that's 6 points of piercing damage.
All right, he is defeated. How do you defeat him?
As I'm standing, I kind of sort of pick up my sword and I just kind of slash upwards to the sky, sort of. I guess it's a rapier, so I just kind of like poke him in the foot, like watch him collapse as I stand up. Not a slashing sword, it's a pokey sword. I'm with it now. And I just stab him through the foot and watch him fall in front of me.
His Achilles heel, no! My only weakness.
So as this one goes down, the master, who is not wearing purple paisley, sheathes both of his swords as you have defeated one of the assassins, and says, "You have earned a 1-day forbearance."
What do you mean there's no decree anymore?
The decree is just for me to show others. You will get yours tomorrow. And he starts to walk away.
Well, hang on. People are dying here, and I'll run back to. If this one's not like his head is not gone, I'm gonna pump a point of lay on hands into this one and the other one if I have time before they just die.
Okay, so you basically save them. You stabilize them.
Stabilize them because like there's no. You guys are not in the wrong. Like you're just doing what you're told. But I'm telling you, there's a big misunderstanding, and we're gonna put this all to rights right now.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Is there something you left out there?
You have earned a day forbearance by defeating one of the Kogashigen. We will have new decrees by tomorrow, if you wish to see them.
Wait,
what is your name, sir? And he points to you, Sigismond.
Oh, Sigismond.
Very well. You will have a decree as well, my friend, for the destruction of Wiwu-an decrees.
Listen, bitch, you can try. I've killed literal hundreds of demons and protected all of the countries in the world from demonic invasions. You think your little gray, tigery ass is going to scare me?
I am not here to scare you, my friend. I simply am bound by decree, and you have earned one.
Can you communicate to your superiors to get new decrees?
I have, by faith in the order of the Kogashi again, to forge these decrees myself.
Well, so this woman is wanted for killing a Byakugan, yes? Byakugan. Bakugan.
I feel like I've said the word a lot.
Bakaugan. Sorry, it's not my first language.
I say it all the time.
If so, we will get you a new Bakugan, and everyone is happy, yes?
If the Emperor decides to release the decree, then it will be released. This is not for me to say.
24 hours, that's all we need. I'll get you a new one, a new Bakugan, and we can all go back to Estrenia and live happily ever after.
Oh, we have 24 hours now. Everything is good. He's not going to come try and...
You have a 1-day forbearance. I will... You have defeated one of us and therefore earned the right of a forbearance.
And you have a 24-hour reprieve before you tried to hurt me and I kill your ass. So maybe just keep that in mind as well.
You were trying to be peaceful.
I am, but sometimes to attain peace, you have to show force. Now, I know you're just doing your job. I'm just doing my job. So why don't we work together here so that everybody is happy?
And you see, like, the people that you laid on hands, they start to stir. He goes, Very disappointing, my apprentices. And he walks over to them and wakes them, and then they go to make their way back into the streets of Darkenhaven.
Corey, this has a lot of loopholes because I've got 10 charges of lay on hands. I kind of just want to start punching these dudes in the back of the head, knocking them out, raising them, punching them back. That's 10 days right there.
I mean, we could get a lot of Baku Ugons with that, with 10 days.
10 days.
But
yeah.
you have
to see what
and
happens.
the assassins aren't hunting you. But the thing is, you wait around and Avasuna never shows.
Oh, now I got to go kick his ass, huh?
Maybe he got stuck in the
Strange.
library. He got held up in the library. You know, he can't tell what day or time it is or anything.
I'm gonna have to go kick somebody's ass.
The old fool is suffering from dementia on top of being a complete asshole.
Hopefully
He
we
probably
can
just
at
mind
least-
wiped himself. He's messing around with memory magic. All right.
I mean,
well,
it
we're
can
gonna have
happen to
go-
anyone.
Do we know how to do this ritual? Does anybody? Did you happen to look at the script that he was writing and memorize that crap or something?
Of course.
No, nobody here knows how to summon the thing.
I run, not walk, to the Tower of Learning.
All right, you guys make your way to the tower. You still have the writ, which isn't even a day old yet, from Torlak. You're able to make your way down into the library, and Avasuna-san looks at you, sees that you've been in battle, sees Sigismund's face, and he just goes pale.
Do you remember what I told you, you greasy son of a bitch?
I had
You
to.
will make this right now.
I had to. They hunted me as well.
Well,
I
guess
had
what
to
you
lead them.
have to do now?
What do I have to do?
You have to
Sounds to
summon-
me like this man doesn't know how to do
Hugon.
it.
Oh,
Now.
yes. Did you bring all of the things? Of course.
Oh, yeah.
I can make that summoning for you.
And let me just give you a little
Yeah.
heads up on in case you decide that you're going to do a different ritual. You know, it's very important that we get information from demons about their movements and their masters and names. And sometimes we torture them for days and weeks. And all of that information is still in my possession. Yes?
Oh, I will not betray you a second time if that's what you worry about. I had to. You see,
You mean a
they hunted me
third
as
time?
well.
They hunt you as well.
Yes,
What did you do?
I stole lore from the Emperor's library.
See what I told you about the information, Carmina?
How about instead we get this Bakugan, whatever this thing is called,
Bakugan.
Bakugan,
So
and
he asked for all of the things.
Wait, we have to be near the water, yes? We're not just going to hand over these things.
He was lying.
Oh,
That
Definitely.
was a lie.
oh.
That was a setup.
maybe
that
we
was
send
the-
the lore back with Carmina as well.
Yes. Perhaps, would you do this for me? Would you talk to the Emperor on my behalf as well?
Well, don't you do memory magic and stuff?
Yes, I would not dare do this to the Emperor.
No. Why don't you take that information you stole and remove it from yourself?
Would that help my case?
Maybe, because if you don't know the information that you stole and we return the
Plausible
documents that
deniability.
you stole, then you have no way of replicating this knowledge, so it was never stolen.
Yes, that seems correct. I follow your logic, Sigismund. Let me get this ritual underway.
And also,
And
a lot of
he-
time, these emperors, they like you to give them like an ear or a finger or something. But you can think about that on your own. I'm not going to pressure you on that one.
Well, maybe we don't need to go into that kind of a detail if we give them back the book.
I
At
don't
least
know.
a thumb.
Look, it's after midnight in some parts of Zayate now, and you're going to do this ritual.
Yes, he does the ritual. This creature, a small one, comes out of a golden. Basically, it looks like as he does the ritual, this gold leaf pattern swirls, and it's flat. It's like literally a piece of gold leaf paper, and then busting from it, and then as it busts through this thing, the gold leaf material kind of lays against it, and this Baku Ugan, just a small one, about the size of a small dog, kind of lands, and then he says some other arcane words, and it rubs up against Carmina's leg. Carmina, give me a wisdom save, please.
Ooh,
And you have advantage because you've done this before.
even better.
I'm about to bonk this guy on the head.
You tried to
16.
steal this thing.
16. You feel yourself entering that waking dream state, and you're able to fight it off. And now you realize, okay, I can control this feeling that I get from it, but it will always be kind of there on the edge of your mind as this thing is bound to you, as you go to return to Estrenia. And now you have the Baku Ugan, you have a day, and you have to figure out how to get back to Estrenia without people knowing about it.
And we have to get the materials back that this man stolen, correct?
Yeah, he hands you, he rummages around in his library and hands you a bunch of books, puts them in a sack, and says, if you would speak on my behalf, I would be forever in your debt.
I take the sack. Can I carry the Baku Ugong? Is it small enough?
Mhm.
Okay, I grab that too. And all of you, I cannot thank you enough for your willingness and kindness and generosity in helping me. I just hope that this was enough and that the Emperor will have grace and mercy on me.
It's not a problem.
And
I
if
believe
it's
we
not,
figured it out.
could you please stay out of our city?
I mean, I won't. I mean, your house is in rough shape. I mean, next time if I have to hide, I don't know. I'll look somewhere else.
You
But
can come here, but please not if it's more assassins from the Empire. We're always happy to help.
possibly. I mean, we didn't really identify them as assassins. I mean, it's potentially assassins.
No, we
Jump
did.
out of
They were
nowhere.
assassins. They were assassins. They were wearing the tiger cloaks, and they had the knives. I've seen assassins before. Those were assassins.
I'll be looking for passage out of your city tonight, of course, before the assassins come back, and
tell
hopefully
you
I can
what.
get back to Estrenia in the next
I
few
know.
weeks.
I know a somewhat other than honorable reputation gentleman who owns a store. Corey, I'm losing the name of our friend that sells the weird stuff. He's kind of sinister that we've dealt
Oh,
with in
it's
the
a
past.
Mirai. Yeah.
It's a Mirai.
It's
No.
And he might be able to secret you on board the ship heading that way. That could,
Absolutely not. I refuse to speak to that man again.
you don't have to talk to him. I will talk to him. You
It-
really need to deal with your weird issues and talk
It
to
is
people.
not
That's
my
how you get
issue.
things.
He is the absolute worst. You can smell him from a block away. I have a better idea. Well, I think I have a better idea. There is a bit of a potential travel path that I usually can take to go back to Estrenia. It's on board what's called the Durex Luck.
The
We
what?
can get there, but we would have to pay quite a handsome price to get aboard.
The Durox Luck is a ship in the Gloomport that Yes, you could. They go to Estrenia often, and you could buy passage to get secreted among their crew back to Estrenia.
That seems like a much better option than talking to the uncomfortable guy that makes everyone uncomfortable.
And make me uncomfortable. I like it.
Oh,
Are you kidding me? You actually like him?
Yeah, he helps us.
He helps himself. This is not an argument that we can have right now. Forget it. Let's go to the Dork Club. We can get her aboard. Just have to kind of schmooze one of the quartermasters there that I know personally.
Well, maybe she can do what she did with the ogre.
Absolutely, my dear. Just be careful of what you say and what you promise. It's kind of like speaking to one of the Fae. A lot of bullshit comes out of his mouth, but he's normally a good person.
where I'm from, I'm a master of bullshit.
So
That is priceless.
We'll wrap this one up with Carmina making her way to the Durok's Luck with a bunch of stolen lore, a Bakugan in tow, and convincing the quartermaster of the Durok's Luck to return her to Estrenia to plead her case, which is a tale for another time. Also, as Sigismond gets up in the morning and goes to make some tea or some breakfast, there is a letter sitting on the table of the condemned building in the kitchen area, and it is a decree that gives him 14 days, and he will then be hunted for destroying the Emperor's property.
I want to be hunted. I'll be waiting.
And that, my friends, is episode 10, The Emperor's Assassins.
Yay!
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
All right, we can handle it.
It was
All right.
fun.
Corey, do you want me to talk about next week, or do you want to give the update for next week?
I'll let you do it because I'm going to go to my breaker box.
All right, sounds good.
Good time. Good luck, Corey.
All right. Thank you all for joining another wonderful episode of Plots in Darkenhaven. Next week will be our finale episode. It will be live. It will be here. We were going to have the wonderful guest, Camera Mandy from Gooey Cube, as well as other secrets happening. So stay tuned. Come hang out with us next week as we wrap up this amazing season.
James,
Go,
also
Sigismond.
keep your ears to the ground on our social medias and stuff, because the lost episode, the day that we had to cancel a couple of weeks back, we're going to release that lost episode, and it will happen. So just keep your ear to the ground for that. It will be here. We promised you guys this number of episodes, and we're going to give you the number that we promised.
That's right. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the follow button and all that fun stuff. This should be out on YouTube if you missed a little bit about it, or if you're checking it out later, over in about 2 to 3 days. And for our finale, we've thought about doing something really cool. If you are interested, we're going to be putting a fund together to repair the condemned building. That's going to go with bits and subscriptions and stuff like that. And all that money is going to go to prepping for season 2, to keep all the wonderful artwork that we get from Rena Luna and from Gooey Cube, as well as other ways to upgrade the stream. So if you want to help us rebuild the condemned building and hope that it becomes more than just a condemned building, come see us next week and come for some fun.
And thanks for being here, Punk Rock Jenny. You're the best.
Thank you
go
guys.
check
This
out-
was so much fun.
Go check out
her
Punk
stuff.
Rock Jenny's stuff on Instagram.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Anywhere. TikTok. Yeah.
TikTok. I don't know
Instagram,
TikTok and
all those
Instagram.
social
I'm an
media
old man.
things.
It's for the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.